I.S.U.P.K under Commandant General Yahanna presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the lamb slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, three-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayaman. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the all-black party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to ISUPK.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Serious, and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who's knowing it with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do His will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on Congo.
American honor don't lack no soldiers. To the Spirit of the Lord, we don't lack no soldiers. You understand me?
The saint, black, Hispanic, native, they hate y'all as the same. Hate Christ in they image, hate you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say you hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell, toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under Yahanna, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from Yahanna. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priest bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí con la Lord Commandant General Yahanna
I.S.U.P.K.
Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be true. We don't want no cowards anyway.
This is what Commander General Yahanna did.
This is what he did. Get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge.
That's right.
You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. Yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding General Yahanna. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin' my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth, this shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we U.P.K. Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm rippin'. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves, while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under commanding General Yahanna presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
No sweat. Let's stop it up. Thumb to all the brothers, to all the sisters. It's I.S.U.P.K. Washington, D.C. under command and General Yahanna since 1969. Been teaching the truth about the Bible. Number one, Christ is a black man. Right. Number two, the 12 tribes are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. The real Jews are black. And number three, the white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. He's the devil yesterday, today, and he's going to be the devil tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. So, of course, General Mahayaman is going to be here shortly. So you're going to get more of your questions answered. But we're going to kick it off and hold it down until, you get here, all right? Any questions, let me know. We need to make an adjustment? All right. Just let me know when. The questions are online right now. No sweat. Listen, if none, let's get into the Third World War. All right? Let's get into the Third World War. Let me know how the temperature in here is too, all right? If it's too warm, if it's a little bit too cold, if it's okay or if it's not, all right? We make the adjustment for everybody. But we're going to get into the Third World War. Of course, General Q is in the building. The General Q, Yahanna. General Q, DC, born and raised, foundation like the first brick, you know what I mean? And so many more brothers is going to, be coming in on the work of these generals up in here, working out. Again, the 12th Street General Mahayaman going to be here shortly. Everybody stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe. Send the link all over. So we're going, let's get it a little bit in Revelations 13. And also give me, pull from, you might have to Google this one. Pull for me the history of oil in Iran. All right, give me the history of oil in Iran. Somebody saying there's no sound. Give a double check. Hold on. Let's see if that might be in the brothers and sisters in the chat. Is there sound? Could you hear? One, or give me a one if you could hear. All right, let me get a one if you're able to hear or not. You sound is too wob. All right, most high in Christ. Okay, no sweat. It was bad before. All right. No sweat. That's fine. Just you might handle the ice cream. All right. Of course, the sister's gonna hand out the drinks and the food shortly. All right, so you'll just bear with them. Okay, let me get the history of the oil in Iran. All right. Let me get the history of oil in Iran. To start with, all right. I'm talking about 1900. Let me get that history. Slack, sir. You're gonna say something, sir? Okay, come. Oh, yeah. None before the 70s. I'm talking about 1900 or late 1800s, like 1890 something, but specifically 1901, 1904. specifically 1901 and 1904, around that time. Go ahead.
In 1901, William Knox DeCary secured a 60-year concession from Persia for oil exploration, leading to the first commercial discovery of 1908.
All right, so 1901, William, what's his name?
William Knox DeCary.
Right, William Knox DeCary, right? This was, I believe, this was a what you would call of someone who does oil exploration. He was hired by the British government in 1901 or 1900, so you might have to do a little bit more on it. Go ahead.
It's a kind of the DeCary concession, 1901, Qajar monarch granted exclusive rights to explore and extract oil over most of Iran in exchange for 16% of the profit.
Right, and this who they made the deal with was who? Was this the British government?
It doesn't say, sir.
No, so you might have to do a Google on that company, if not so much. All right. The history with Iran. Listen, don't feel sorry for Iran. A lot of people feeling sorry for Iran, and because the Ayatollah let a few niggas go, you all think he Harriet Tubman or something. I don't know. Y'all want to mourn the Ayatollah and keep a Louisiana dance party for him. They all bastards, and they all got to go from the Middle East. They're all illegal immigrants in our land. They're bad tenants. They're horrible down there with the gifts the Lord done left under that land. And that land is the Garden of Eden. That land today is the Garden of Eden that Adam and Eve was in. Eden is Old English or old phrase for the earth. That's what Eden means. Garden meaning like the best place, a fertile place, a very good place. And that place is the Garden of Eden. That Middle East, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Syria, all the way up to Turkey. That fertile crescent is the Garden of Eden. That's our land. They need to go. And Iran, it might seem like, okay, they're such a, they don't cause too much trouble. You don't hear about them conquering nobody, at least not today. You don't hear about them doing nothing. And you might start to feel for them like the Palestinians. You might start to feel for them and, start to see oppression, a reflection of oppression. And that's because we are the Lord's people. That's because we're the most compassionate people on the earth. We'll feel sorry for, somebody who does not deserve it. Except our own. When it comes to our own, that nigga deserve every bit of no mercy ever. Yeah, I mean, but we start to see the reflection of oppression in the heathens when Esau puts hell on them. What you don't know is they all had a hand in our slavery. They all benefited from it and did nothing of substance to assist us, to aid us, not even the cooling balm like the Bible says. Not even that would they have put on us, right? They all took advantage of us and enjoyed profits. They enjoyed it while stocks soared and billions came in. And meanwhile, we suffering and dying under legislation, policies, everything under the sun they could think of. The white man's imagination has been our life. His imagination is the reality of our life. Whatever he thinks to do and can put in place, we have to suffer it and deal with it and come up with some sort of reaction. Not so much a response, but a reaction to it where we could live and still not be put to death by him. And these heathens watched it all. So now let's see. Iran is known today for their oil. A ton of oil they made, a ton of money, specifically, in recent time in the 70s after the Shah was ousted in the Iranian Revolution. That's when the Ayatollah came in. So we're going to go back a little bit to see where all this oil come from. How it is that, they seem to be so locked off and separate and rich. So let's see. Let's just get some more of it. You found the book, Wash? Please, if you don't mind.
Number one, the DeCary is a U.S. and British entity.
DeCary he's okay. This is not a man. This is not a man we're talking about.
No, it was yes, it was a man.
Right.
William Knox DeCary. That company, that concession, was
was his company.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was his company that came from Britain, and Britain sanctioned him to go to Iran and explore the oil because they found out they had oil in the late 1800s. And this, now you got to remember, the 1800s is about 100 years into the Industrial Revolution, right? You got to remember that. Keep that in mind with the world history. Before that, everything, to sail across the earth, you needed wind. You needed to make textiles. Somebody had to have a mill, or I forget what they call it, that machine with the pedal, like a sewing machine that they spin wool and spin yarn. That's what the East Indians had. The Industrial Revolution came about with the discovery of the natural resources and coal and the engine and the inventions, right? Technology down there took over, and Britain decided that they would now not buy the textiles from the East Indians, but make their own with machines. That's what wrecked India's economy. That's what started the whole thing with Gandhi and the revolution against Britain, because they decided they ain't gonna pay India no more. They ain't gonna pay them no more, and they started rioting. And then later on, Britain gave the Caribbean to the Indians to repay them for destroying them. So now, 100 years into that, you have oil. Oil is a resource in the earth. It's going to drive these machines, and Iran now discovers that they have oil. But Britain, of course, through conquering, is like, okay, you have some of that down there. Let's see really what it is, how much you have. Go ahead.
Okay. It's like, there's a question on topic.
Go ahead. Let me hear.
It's from St. Vinny. It says, according to the Bible, what people are the Iranians?
The Iranians are the Persians, the Persian Empire. Right, the Persian Empire. If for biblical context, those people who was oppressing the sister Esther or Hadassah and her uncle Mordecai for the Feast of Purim, what's his name? Is Ahasuerus or Artaxerxes? Artaxerxes. What's the bitch name who he put away? Vashti. Those people would be the Persians today. All right, that would be the Persian Empire today. Just a bunch of fancy heathens that, they're going to find out how picking cotton is enjoyable. That's all. They're going to find out just how good picking cotton is. It was good for us. It's going to be good for you. All right. Go ahead with what you have. So, this what's tonight? No, sorry. Go ahead.
The Decari concession was petroleum oil concession that was signed in 1901 between William Knox Decari and Mozaffar ad-Din Shah Qajar of Persia.
Mm-hmm.
The oil concession gave Decari the exclusive rights to prospect for oil in Persia, modern-day Iran.
Mm-hmm.
During this exploration of oil, Decari and his team encountered financial troubles and struggled to find sellable amounts of oil.
Right, so now they get commissioned to go find this oil. And during finding the oil, they started running into financial trouble to get the oil. Go ahead.
Facing high costs, they were about to give up, but eventually struck large commercial quantities of oil in 1908.
Right. So now, from 1901 to 1908, they're looking for oil, trying to extract the oil, and the money running out. But the exploration, that process, even till today, exploring for oil is a multi-million-dollar industry. Just exploring. Extracting is something else. But just exploring is a multi-million-dollar industry. Now, to send him down there for 8 years, food, boarding, everything else, and to pay for the technology. Somebody look up for me, before 1901, what was Iran known for? What was Iran's, somebody could Google it, somebody online or in the class, you could Google it. What was Iran's business if it wasn't oil? Somebody could look it up and let me know. What was Iran's business if it was not oil? Go ahead.
Saint Vinny had another question.
Come on.
It says, do Persians descend from Ishmael, or are they different people?
No, I think they're different. Slacky, General Q. I believe they're Elam, right?
Elam.
I believe they come from the nation of Elam. The conflation with Ishmael is the religion. The modern day religion would be the conflation with Israel, with Ishmael, right? Because Ishmael is the Arabs or the House of Arab. Ishmael is the main character in the tent of the Arabs, right? But you have other people who are not directly descendants of Ishmael that come under the banner of Ishmael, right? Like Abraham had other sons that sided with Ishmael. So they under Ishmael, and they have that religion today. But the Persians, they Elam, but they are associated with the Arab world through the religion. That's why you would see so much in the Middle East. You could see you could see where Afghanistan or Iraq and the Houthis and this one, you could see how they're together, but somehow Iran is okay. It's like it's Islam, but it's like it's not. And it's because they're not full Ishmael like the others. You get the point? Go ahead, so Salaki.
The Shia and Sunni beef that they got.
Kind of one kind.
Because they're not the same people.
Right.
So the white man knows how to conquer and divide in that regard.
Kind of one kind is division on division. Right? And that's where Esau come into. He is Satan on the earth. He come in to kill, steal, and destroy, divide. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, come on with it up.
So before 1901, Iran, Persia was primarily known for traditional manufacturing, agriculture, and high-value exports.
What it was known for?
It's known for traditional manufacturing.
For traditional manufacturing, you can imagine in the late 1800s, early 1900s, they wasn't selling Jordans. They wasn't selling cell phones or Apple iPhones. They had traditional manufacturing, meaning, go ahead, Sir Salaki. Yeah, stuff like that. Not $100 plus worth of black gold. They wasn't known for that. They didn't have no, enriched uranium and nuclear weapons and cluster missiles and all that shit. They didn't have none of that. There was, elaborate farmers. There was just farmers who would farm the land and, do traditional manufacturing. Just nothing to talk about. But brother, in the turn of the century, the turn of the 19th century, or the 20th century, Salakia, they found black gold, and Britain decided that gold was theirs. And Britain funded a whole expedition to go find the gold and take it, because Britain saw that the world was turning. That's one thing with an animal. An animal is able to detect when things change in the atmosphere more than somebody who has conscious thought. Somebody who has conscious thought might rely on their decision making, might rely on emotional ties or logic in their mind. But an animal, he knows do or die. He understands hot or cold, straight up and down. And of course, the oppressor is the animal of animals. Thus say the Bible, he is the most subtle beast of the field. So you could tell every decision he makes is about money, what he could eat, what he could have sex with, and if he lives tomorrow. That's why Trump would put tariffs on everybody in January, but yesterday asked everybody to come help him fight a war. Because in January, Salaki, go ahead, sir. Exactly. He had to pay the whole thing back, but he don't care because he's all about today. He's all about how could I make it to my bed to sleep tonight, and tomorrow we'll worry about whatever. We'll come back on it. That's the oppressor. You get the point? So of course they want to go down there and find that damn oil. Now, this is what I want to ask you. If there was traditional in agriculture, where did money come from to do this oil exploration? Somebody look up right now, how much does it cost to not drill a well, but to discover a region where you could drill a well? Just the exploration part. With they have a boat. I forget the boat. It's like an Echo. It's like a big barge, big old square boat, and it shoots sound down to the bottom of the ocean floor. And the bounce back from it will tell you what's below the crust of the earth. If it's oil or gas and it's best guess. Go ahead, Cap. Echo surveying or something like that. It just slipped your mind. I know it's something like that. They have different ones. Then they have one with, go ahead, echo sonar. Then they have another method when they do find an area, they start drilling and taking samples and they'll make a best guess. But that whole process has a cost. What's the cost of that today? If you could find it. Or you could look up the cost from the beginning to the drilling of a well or the opening of one oil well. Look up what that cost. And I want to see if farmers could afford that. I want to see if, no disrespect to anybody who work in the land, work that land, the food come from it. But I want to know if you could afford to go put a well on that land with the carrots and the cows and the goats and the chickens you're growing. I would highly doubt it. Anybody find it yet? No sweat, because I just keep reading it. And then go ahead.
Gun, right? So oil exploration costs vary widely based on location and depth, ranging from a few $100,000 for shallow onshore wells to over 100 million for deep water onshore projects.
That's it. So on land, you could pay a few $100,000. And you want to go out on the water, boy, that's $100 million projects, and you don't have to hit nothing. You could bust the ground and find air. Right? Go ahead, Cap. Salaki. Salaki, grab the mic.
$10,000 and $50,000 per square kilometer.
Right, but that's based on the depth you're drilling. That thing adds up because you had to break the crust and go down. So you're going from, let's say, $500,000 to $100 million today. You have to spend. Imagine back then, of course, it's less, but you see the magnitude of money. Iran is farmers' ark. They don't have that money. But Britain has the money to send people to go and look for oil for 8 years. That's how much money they had. 8 years they looked for oil and didn't get nothing substantial. Where do you think that money came from at the end of the 19th century, in 1890, 95, 99? For them to send him there in 1901, it probably took him 6 months to a year to get to Iran from Britain because there ain't no plane, ain't no Southwestern, ain't no Spirit Airlines. He had to hop a boat and get a caravan and pay people to take him through. And if Iran's terrain is mountainous and shit, for him to get there and have money to survive for 8 years, where is Britain getting this money from? Captain Ash?
Yes, sir. So according to this, it says if you go beyond scanning and actually drill to test the prospect, a single onshore well is often around 5 to 8 million, while deep water wells can be 100 to 200 million.
Right, and that's from inception to completion, almost complete, because that's testing. It's a lot of money, and they look for oil. Anybody know where Britain get the money from? Officer Shapat?
Slavery in the Americas.
That's right. Britain got all that. The British Empire got damn near all its money from the slave trade. Remember, we're talking about late 1800s. They was in the slave trade from what, the 1400s, 1500s maybe? They had money to pay the East Indians to go to the Caribbean. All that indentured laborers, and then the East Indians going to turn around and call the people in the Caribbean and the Latino countries lazy and this and that. Our parents' slave money paid you. You came on contracts. You got paid. You got a wage and got promised land after the 5-year contract. Our people bled for it. Britain had money, and they used slave money to build Iran's oil. You should never feel sorry for the Ayatollahs. Don't feel sorry for the Persians and the son. I know they killed his father. Lord be with him. No problem. You mad about them killing his father? Let a righteous judge named Jesus Christ come back, and we'll set the world in order. That's what you should pray for. That's what you should want. You should feel sorry for the people of Christ who have to suffer injustice. Everybody, Iran got missile defenses. Who do we have? They took free labor for hundreds of years and gave Iran an oil empire, brother. Them niggas ain't farming no more. They say there's 700 ships off the Straits of Hormuz right now, just waiting for 2 weeks. Your Uber wouldn't wait for 2 seconds on you. You get the chime on your phone. Freddie Bahar Singh is outside. As soon as you crack the door, boom, boom, your Uber cancel. Meanwhile, they're waiting outside the straits for 2 weeks. 700 ships, billions of dollars of goods and oil. And this was all started on the revenue that the British Empire raised from destroying our people in slavery. You should never, ever feel sorry for these heathens, brother. Never. Any more on it?
We got oil potential, like how it started.
Mm-hmm.
Oil potential in Persia during the 18th.
Send me outside, bro. Clap it up.
I'll give you out your mouth. About me outside.
Pass it
A lot of Captain McShop. Get it on. Sign Christ. We Yakian. Let's rock and roll, all right? Please, siéntate. Please have a seat. Mi nombre es General Mahayaman. Estoy al servicio de el General Yahanna. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres hombres, hispanos, negros o indios nativos, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido de Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa, pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pasando. Órale, clap it up, Akim. Let's get it on. I'm going to answer your questions, solve all of your problems. We're rocking and rolling online. This is the scripture breakdown class. Is that what we're in right now? Okay, solid. So if you have any questions, please, haz tu preguntas. Any questions in the room or online, I'll answer them now. Please, Warrior.
Great, sir. If I could get a breakdown on Leviticus 15. It's like I'm trying to remember the question. Where it says that if any woman be on her issue, on a flower, and anybody come and touch her, when it refers to touching, the touching part, it speaks on laying later on in the chapter. So on the touching part, what is that really speaking about, sir?
The touching her is literally touching her. It's a quarantine. So since we've been through the COVID-19 situation, think like that. You have to stay away from her. You know how we had the rules in America and other countries about staying 6 feet from everyone? Like that distance is just a rule of thumb to try to keep fluids, bodily fluids. You know, if they sneeze, maybe it won't hit you. You know, if fluids are coming out of their nose or their mouth, maybe it won't hit you if they're 6 feet apart. It literally means no touching her at all. So you're keeping your distance from her because, of course, she has fluids coming out of her during this time of the month. And of course, these fluids are how so many diseases have been transmitted all throughout history and have killed a great many people. Everyone understands, all right? Good to go? Solid. Anything else? Any other questions?
Question online. It's from GKFBCN. It says, Shalom, sir, if I may. It's fasting not an option for me if I have to drink water with my medication.
Is fasting not an option for you? What medications are we talking about? Speaking of drink, would there happen to be any alcohol in here tonight? I didn't even think about it, but the brother, if he didn't say that, I would have just kept teaching. Really, it's his fault, really. But since he brought it up, Mashak, if you could help me out a taste, I'd appreciate it. Okay, so it depends on what the medication is. Let me give you just an overall. What you want to do is, of course, consult a doctor. You have a doctor. If you have medication, that means you have a physician that you go to see. You talk to that doctor and tell them, you know, that because of your beliefs, you want to go on a fast. Ask the doctor, does he think it's okay if you go on the fast? In most every case, they will say it is okay because doctors, in most cases, would encourage less eating. Right? They'll encourage it, right? If he says it's not okay, then don't do it. You get my point? If the doctor says that, no, you need to eat every minute of every day, then do it. You need to drink water, then you do it, all right? In general, you should be fine taking most medication the next day. That in most medications, you know, that's not a big deal to take a pill tomorrow as opposed to today. That's in most medications. You might have one where that does not apply, all right? So that's why you want to ask a doctor. You also have the option of just taking the medication, and that's that. Meaning you drink a little bit of water for the pill, pop the pill in your mouth, drink the water, and then put nothing else in your mouth. You also have that option. You lay that in front of your doctor, and he'll direct you. Okay, good to go. Anything else?
Okay, it's from Yagadar. It says, Salak in Matthew's 27:3-5. Was Judas forgiven after he repented for betraying Christ?
Well, let's read that.
Matthew 27, 3 through 5.
Like it. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 27, verse 3. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood. And they said, what is that to us? See that to that?
Please.
See thou to that? Salakia.
All right, if I could, just to, that is not saying that he was forgiven. It's saying he repented, General Kubal.
He tried to. He brought the money, but he didn't bring the land.
Right. Yeah, he can.
And they didn't give a damn anyway. You see them? They was like, "What is it to us?" You know what I'm saying? They was like, "And you did us a favor." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That term repented means regret. That's what repent means. You know, you repent, you regret. He regretted it. And so he, of course, went to go give back the 30 pieces of silver that he took to betray the greatest man that ever lived. They didn't want the money back, and later he committed suicide. All right. When it says he repented, it meant he regretted it. It did not say that he was forgiven of it. Of course, you know that he hung himself right after this. All right. Anything else?
There was one more verse.
Please.
Like it. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself.
Yeah. So he regretted it. He realized after it was over. And many times this should be most of us can understand this feeling. If you've ever done something terrible, many times you regret it immediately after, as soon as it's done. You realize that you got played again. You lost your temper again. You got too emotional again, and now it's too late. And of course, for Judas, it was too late. All right. Anything else?
No.
Please.
This from a Mr. D. It says how to handle modern day funerals according to the Bible.
Modern day funerals are handled the same way that funerals from the past, the antes were handled. Back in the past, meaning you're unclean if you go to a funeral. The Bible says this. I'll try to sum the whole thing up for you, okay? If Peter, his father died, right? Peter's father died, and Peter was not allowed to go and to bury his father because the time was so short that Peter had to do the work with Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ was going to die and raise again and then be gone and be waited upon even till this very night. So the time that Peter had to work was so short that Peter did not have the time to go bury his own father. Now, the Bible says that even a priest is allowed to go to a funeral if it's a close family member. But if it is not a close family member, then a priest cannot go to a funeral because of the unclean laws. In the book of Leviticus, it describes a time of being unclean anytime you are in the room with a dead body or anytime you are at a grave. If you go to a grave, you're unclean. If you're in the room and there's a dead body in the room, you are unclean for 7 days. So you can imagine how much, if you're a man that is well needed in the work, that would prohibit you from going to many funerals. Burials is the proper word. A funeral is a burning. A burial is what we do in the truth. Unless it's someone close to you, a close family member, then it's acceptable for you to miss work for 7 days because of the closeness of the relationship of the person that you've lost. Peter, in his case, it was a very close person to him, and he still couldn't go because he had about 3 years, historians say, to work with Jesus Christ, and then he could work with him no longer. So that's how we handled funerals, burials a long time ago, and it's exactly how we handle them today. Any other questions?
Is a young man, Simeon says, Salaki, sir, if I may. If I may have a breakdown on Psalm chapter 6, verse 7.
Please, no problem. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 6, verse 7. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxes old because of all mine enemies.
Yeah, man. That's Just that? Let's go one verse above it.
Book of Psalms, chapter 6, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
I am weary with my groaning.
Yeah.
All the night make I my bed to swim.
Yeah.
I water my couch with my tears.
Yeah, this is a book of Psalms, correct? This is when David was going through a terrible time in his life. The book of Psalms is an excellent book to read when you are suffering, when you're in pain, when you're going through a trial, because you're reading about a man when he was going through the exact same thing. And in most cases, far worse than what you're going through, far worse. And so you can draw on his strength because he wrote down what his thoughts were, what his feelings were when he was going through that kind of pain. And at this time, he was starving. He was hungry. He was wanted by the king of Israel who wanted to kill him. The king that he loved and served and killed Goliath for now wanted to kill him and felt threatened by him. And he was on the run. And he would starve and be so hungry, hiding out in caves. At one time, he went and they gave him, the priest in the city gave him the showbread that was only meant for the priest to eat. And he was thankful to have that bread or else he would starve to death. And then they also gave him a sword because they were the ones that kept Goliath's sword. They kept it at this temple. And so they gave it to him because he didn't even have a weapon at all. They gave him that. When they left, the king of Israel came in, and with Doeg the Edomite, which was a devil who worked for the king of Israel, all those priests got killed for giving David bread and for giving him a sword. They died. That was the situation that David was in. He was an enemy or the enemy of the state of Israel. Everyone understands. So now as he's on the run, different times he might meet a good brother who's on the run as well. So many brothers who were criminals, also wanted by the state, they would add themselves on to David. They would start following him. These men later on became his mighty men, men that joined him when he had a warrant because they had warrants too. And they were on the run too. And they banded together. Later on, these men became the so-called knights in David's kingdom. They're the men that served under him and fought his battles for him. During this time, he's suffering and he's in pain. And this is what we're reading about right now. Okay, so now start from one verse from where the brother's question was.
The book of Psalms, chapter 6,
Mm-hmm.
verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
For in death there is no remembrance of thee.
Mm-hmm.
In the grave who shall give thee thanks.
So David is trying to make a case to the Lord to keep him alive because his life is in danger every day. So he tells the Most High, listen, I can't thank you if I'm dead. I can't praise you if I'm dead. Keep me alive so I can praise you. Keep me alive so I can thank you. It's a bargain he's trying to make with the Most High God to save his life. And there are times, brother, when you could be in that situation where you're just trying to convince the Lord not to give you 30 years in prison, trying to convince the Most High not to kill you of cancer or some other disease, knowing that, Lord, if I am gone, then who will do this work? Who will go to camp, Lord, if I'm not here? Who will do it? And you might just convince him, brother, to keep you around a while. I pray you understand. Keep going.
Verse 6. I am weary with groaning.
Mm-hmm.
All the night make I my bed to swim.
All the night I make my bed to swim, meaning my bed is covered in tears. I'm swimming in tears all night. I'm in the bed crying all night, swimming in them. Keep going.
I water my couch with my tears.
Keep going.
Verse 7. Mine eye is consumed because of grief. It waxed old because of all mine enemies.
Yeah. My grief waxes. The term wax old means to grow old. Even the term couch does not mean a couch like today. A couch was a position of rest. So if you couch down, or your bed would be your couch because it's where you rested. It's simply old English. All right. He's saying that read that last part about what waxes old.
It waxes old because of all mine enemies.
All of his enemies. He has so many enemies that his grief is getting so tiresome to bear. Like imagine, being in a fight and then you fight, then you go home and then you fight again. And then the next day you fight again. And then years go by. Before you know it, I just can't take another fight. I just cannot get up and walk in there again and do this again. That's where it was going. And that's where it will go for you. You'll be right there, but you won't be going through half of what David is going through. But you'll feel the feeling of, I just cannot fight on another day. I did that. An important term I listen for in counsel is when I give someone counsel that they absolutely should obey if they want to live. They absolutely should do it. This is not my first day dealing with someone like you or with your problems. I've done this once or twice before. So when I tell you this, it's practice. Everyone understands. And the term I look for is, I tried that. I tried. Did you? Is that what you did? You tried. You tried. I know you did that one time. I get you. You tried that one time. I understand. So hell, now quit, right? So since you tried it, so then you have reason to quit. You're justified in quitting. Why? Because you tried it. Here's the key to trying. Trying never stops. Never. That's how you know you're actually trying. Because you will never stop trying. You will never quit on it. You will try. You have never tried. You will just try and try and try. And that is how victory is gained, young brothers and sisters. That's where it comes from. It doesn't come from, I tried. No one has ever succeeded at doing anything that they tried. You succeed at doing things that you are trying. That's how it works. And David is going to the Most High because he's feeling like he cannot keep trying. He's feeling like he can't do this another day. Continue.
Verse 8. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping.
You get that. Get away from me, all of my enemies, you workers of iniquity. Those were his enemies. Get away from me. The Most High has heard my crying. The Most High has heard my weeping. Leave me alone. The Most High is going to protect me. Was that his question, or was there more?
It was just a breakdown.
Solid. So we're done. Gracias. Anything else?
Kind of, sir. UPK La Puerta podcast says, Salaki Al-Wap, if I could get some understanding, how was Abraham able to communicate with Pharaoh and Abimelech if the languages were confused in Genesis 11 and 7?
Let me hear it. Shalom.
Genesis 11 and 7. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech.
This is the Tower of Babel. Does that sound right? Genesis 11. The angels are going down to confound their language. What was his question again?
The question was, Salaki Al-Wap, if I could get some understanding, how was Abraham able to communicate with Pharaoh and Abimelech if the languages were confounded?
How was Abraham able to? Is that where we're at right now? Let me hear it. Go ahead.
Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. 8. So the Lord scattered them abroad from Salakia, sir.
All right, brother.
So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all earth, and they left off to build the city.
Maybe that's not the precept he was referring to. It must be another precept. Okay, I could give you the short answer, but I just don't recall what he's referring to. So let me just hear it for a second. All right. Where's the question, please, Ephraim? Go ahead.
Can I answer?
Please.
So I just understand in Revelation 13 and 18 says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath
You
understanding.
need the microphone, Salakia. Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666. Can I get some understanding in that 666? I know it's 666, but
The number is 666, but it's saying it in Old English. But the number it's saying is 666, and it's 666 men. So there's a number of congressmen. I think it's 500 congressmen. It might be 500 senators and congressmen combined here in Washington, D.C. You can Google that number, but there's a specific number of senators and congressmen. There's a number that's of the seats of Congress. When there's a joint session in Congress, when a filthy Trump comes down there to speak, there's a number of seats in that room, and it's full of every congressman and every senator. That's the number of the beast that rules this kingdom. You get the point. Now that, come on.
So this is 666 politicians or rulers.
Take that number of Congress. I'm giving you, take that number down there in Congress. Now you add a couple. Now you add the president. Add some of those people on Epstein's Island. Right? Add some people you don't know who the hell they are. Add some of them. The number of the people who rule this kingdom is 666. Is it every senator? Maybe not. Maybe not every congressman. Maybe some of them. Maybe some people you don't know anything about. Maybe some presidents, some princes and dukes, and all of them are devils, and that's the ruling class of hell. 666 of them. The antithesis is 144,000. That's the governing body of the kingdom of heaven. The reverse, the left-hand side, would be the 666 that rule now. Good to go. I won't sweat. Anything else?
He responded. Brother responded. He says, Salaki, Abraham encountered with Pharaoh was in the next chapter, but how were they able to communicate with each other if in the previous chapter the languages were confounded?
Okay, there's a lot of time between Abraham and Babylon, a ton of time. So then by then, the nation, you want to think about it, before what's his name? The Tower of Babel. Nimrod. Before Nimrod, everyone on the planet spoke the same exact language, right? Everyone. After the Tower of Babel, now people were divided. So you had this people spoke that language, this people spoke this language. So now just think like it is today. It's no different than it is right now. There's a different language that they speak in Mexico or Germany or France, right? But you damn sure can learn those languages, right? Because of how much time that has went by. But before Nimrod, there was no need to learn a language. There was only one language. So by the time Abraham was around, Abraham knew how to speak the language that Pharaoh spoke, because Abraham was learned and came from a learned family, and he just learned the language the same way you can learn a language today. It's just, I think maybe because it's in the next chapter, the way you worded that sounds like you think, it happened the next day. But the next chapter is God knows how many hundreds of years after the Tower of Babel fell. All right. So enough time for people to learn languages. Everyone understands. All right. Next.
It's from Sister Bayana. Says, like it, sir. I've been wondering if Yahushua was here before he was born through Mary. Can you please give me clarity through water, sir?
No problem, sis. Absolutely. Yahushua was here, I want to say 5 times, including the time when he came here as Jesus Christ. Yahushua is Adam. When you read about Adam, Jesus Christ is Adam. That's in the book of Romans. All right. He's Adam. Adam was sent here to earth to subdue it and to create the order in earth as he helped the Most High create in heaven. He came down here to do the same thing. Jesus Christ was also Isaac. I believe that should be right chronologically after that, right? Am I right? Isaac, right? Did I miss one? Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's correct. Salakia. So Melchizedek, right? Melchizedek would come before Isaac. Jesus Christ appeared as Melchizedek, the priest, who received 10% from Abraham when he conquered these 5 kings, which established the priests of Jesus Christ receiving tithes that superseded the Levitical priesthood's right to receive tithes, because the priests of Melchizedek received them first. All right. So later on, that took place. That was a seed planted then, that after Jesus Christ came would now come to fruition. And now the Levites no longer receive tithes, but priests after the order of Melchizedek now receive tithes. Those priests you are today. All right. Next would be Isaac. Isaac, who was the seed of Abraham. That was Jesus Christ. That was the reincarnation. The same way we're reincarnated, Jesus Christ was reincarnated. You can find that in the book of Revelations. All right. 2 more, 1 more. Solomon. Jesus Christ is Solomon. You can find that in the book of Psalms. You can find that all throughout the New Testament. All right. That Jesus Christ is Solomon. And then, of course, his last time coming here was as Jesus, the son of Joseph. Everyone understands. Please. Next. Please, hit me one more time, please, warrior.
Adara Ma
Corporal Ultra, please. Gracias. Go ahead.
Okay. Hadar says, Shalom, Lord in Christ, Salakia, my Lord. If it please thee, may I have a breakdown on Numbers 9 and 14. Who is the stranger? Also, will non-Israelites keep the Passover under our rulership?
Okay, I'll read the precept first and I'll answer the questions for you, all right? Whenever you have it, read it.
The book of Numbers, chapter 9, verse 14. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you and will keep the Passover unto the Lord according to the ordinance of the Passover and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. He shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him.
Absolutely.
And that was born in the land.
Absolutely. Gracias. Do me a favor. Take the ice out for me if you could, brother. Strain it somewhere. You can throw it up in there, okay? I appreciate it. That those strangers in that precept are speaking about you and I. We're those strangers. We're those strangers who would not usually be accepted in Israel because of the time we've spent among the heathens. So now we would be considered heathens because we've disobeyed the commandments of God so long and have now lost our inheritance. That's in the book of Jeremiah. Okay, we're the strangers in that precept. That's your answer. Now, as far as will Edomites keep the Passover in the kingdom of heaven, every nation on this planet Earth will obey God in the kingdom of heaven. Every last one. However, we won't all do it the same, right? If you need to, let me first tell you how it's going to be. Every Israelite is going to celebrate the Passover. And every white man, Chinese person, Arab is going to celebrate the Passover. Now, you might say that makes us equals. If you think that, then ask your grandmother what it was like to be Christian in the 1800s, what it was like to be Catholic. Ask them, because all of us were Christian. Your grandparents were Catholics, were they not? They were in the exact same religion as the conquistadors, the exact same one. They kept all of the same, customs of the conquistadors, but they didn't celebrate it the same because his people, I.S.U.P.K's people, were separated from the upper class, from the real human beings, from the real people of the kingdom. They didn't get to celebrate, the mass. The Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans didn't get to celebrate the mass the same way the Spaniards did. They had to do it in a certain section, in a certain place, and subservient to the actual Christians. In the kingdom of heaven, white people will celebrate the Passover the same way. We're going to do to them what they did to Black and Latino Christians. We're going to ostracize them, segregate them, and give them a belief system that teaches them to be subservient. That's what they're going to have. And if you think that's strange, then you obviously haven't talked to your grandmother or your grandfather, because that's what they went through. They went through. You ever hear the term peanut gallery? The peanut gallery was that section up above church, where Black people had to go sit up at the top of the church and they would eat peanuts during the church. And it was called the peanut gallery. Some places call it the chicken bone this or chicken bone that, because they would talk about how Black people had to sit up in that section. Or on Sunday, there was some little tiny church where the kids were barefoot over here. And that's where the Black Christians were. And of course, the white Christians were in some cathedral, worshiping the same God, keeping the same customs, all praying to the same Lord, but not being treated the same by that same God. That same God in the Christian church did not treat Latinos the way he treated the Spaniards. That same God in Roman Catholicism, their God treated you differently. The God in the Christian church treated Black people differently than he treated white Christians. That God didn't treat us with equality. Our God is not going to treat them with equality either. That's not going to happen. Let me give you one more thing that's right in front of your face. Not only were we separate and belittled and not given the funds or resources at all to actually serve this God that we've taken hold to. Let me give you a few common things that most people know about but don't understand what that means. Marriage, being married. We were all Christians. We all loved our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, right? All of us. But slaves were not allowed to be married. It was illegal for a slave to be married. It's like your dog trying to ask for a marriage license. You weren't allowed to go down to a court and get married. So what did slaves do? Slaves jump over a broom. They both got a broom and they just jumped over it and then said, congratulations, we're married. So we both had marriage. Do you understand? We both had to have one woman. We both had to be monogamous. We both did it in the eyes of God, except he went to a cathedral and got a ring, and she got to wear white and got to have flowers thrown at her feet and rice thrown at her, and your grandmother jumped over a broom. And that was her marriage. And they both worship the same God. That's what happened in those churches. Every Sunday, we're all loving Jesus and loving his love and saying God loves everybody and he loves the slaves and he loves white people. Except the sermons in the white church are about dominance. Have you ever seen a white church or listened to a white church? It is something to hear if you had never heard one. A white church is imperialistic. You hear a white Christian speak, he speaks like he is an emperor, which is why so many white Christians love Donald Trump, because that's what they're learning on Sunday: to take over, to destroy, to conquer, to kick out the immigrants and destroy these immigrants and to take our country back in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. White Christianity is imperialistic. It's like a religion of taking over and conquering. Now go to the Black and Latino church. What do you hear it in there? Love, peace, singing, kindness and sweetness and obeying. Even our common God teaches me to be a slave and teaches him to be a master. Well, in the kingdom of heaven, yeah, white people are going to have a Passover, not like ours. But they better have one or else their heads are getting chopped off. They better have it. General Cabal, microphone, please.
I got the scripture.
Please.
Zechariah 14:16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the feast of tabernacles. Verse 17, and it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain.
That's how it works. Like every knee shall bend and every tongue shall confess. No, there will be no white people eating pork in the kingdom of heaven. No Chinese people eating cats. No Africans eating feet, human feet. That's not happening in the kingdom of heaven. No more Epstein Islands in the kingdom of heaven. So yes, every nation will obey the Most High God, but we won't do it the same way. Everyone understands. Anything else?
We got it from a Stay Smart.
Please.
It says, is the bloodline of Dan is mixed one of tribes or all, even though he had mostly daughters? Does it mean Dan don't matter?
No, everything in the Bible matters, young brother. That's why that's in there, right? The tribe of Dan is a family within the tribe of Manasseh. All right. To understand, look up the word Bashan. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Bashan. I might be right. Bashan. Bashan was a land in where Dan lived. That land was given to Manasseh. The tribe of Dan began to be so small because after the Assyrian captivity, they didn't have enough sons to keep up enough numbers to be considered a tribe. So now they're just a large family. Like, for instance, you might have Hernandez. I'm sure that's a family, right? Among Ephraimites or Issacharites, no? You heard that, right? The Hernandez family. There are a lot of families like that among the tribe of Judah because there were slave factories, where they would grow these Johnsons and grow these Hightowers and grow these people. So it's a lot of people with the last name Hightower, Washington, Hernandez, Vasquez, a lot of people with that name because they would grow those Hispanics. They would grow them for field work. So imagine you had a man named Vasquez or Hernandez or something like that. He was big and strong. You just kept breeding him and you kept breeding Vasquez or Hernandez. So he became a large family. And then now today, you're going to meet so many Latinos, they'll have the last name Vasquez, Hernandez, blah, blah, blah. All right. That's the tribe of Dan. The tribe of Dan, which is the tribe that Samson comes out of. They're not big enough to be a tribe. They're a family within Manasseh. Everybody understands. All right. If you to get the breakdown, you just look up Bashan with Dan, and then Bashan with Manessa, and you'll see it. It'll be right in front of your face. All right. Is there anything else? Please.
It's like, if I could, I just want to advertise a call-in number. We have a call-in number if you want to ask a general question live. The call-in number is on the screen. It's 202-989-1950, and we're open right now.
Absolutely. No problem. Glad OKC. Anything else? Questions? Please.
It's a question from Smokers Shouldn't TV. That's Lakia, sir. I come from a stripping mother that abandoned me, and so I just said, like,
take your time.
She was just telling, saying that. I thought it was a question.
She said, I'm sorry?
She was just saying that she came from a stripping family.
And is there a question?
It wasn't a question.
Well, you're in the right place, sister. Give her a hand. Hell, come join the rest of us. You found the truth. That's it. Felicidades. Congratulations. You found the truth. Good to go. Anything else?
From an RPS, it says, are you reading from the Torah or are you reading from the Catholic Bible?
I don't know what the hell the Catholic Bible is. I don't have one of those. But what I'm reading from is the King James Version of the Bible, which is the most accurate Bible that correlates to the original Greek and the original Hebrew of the Old Testament, the Torah, and the New Testament written in Greek. The King James Bible is not completely correct, but of course, since we read Hebrew and we read Greek, we can go through and make the corrections. There are about 7 corrections that need to be made in the King James Version of the Bible, and those corrections are easily made in the Israelite School of UPK. And so that's what we're reading from, okay? Also, watch your fresh mouth, because if I get angry at you, one day you will need my help. One day that will happen. You will need my help. But I'll remember the day that you got a fresh mouth with me in class. And then I will show you that I also am flesh and blood. Everyone understands. All right. Anything else? Please.
It's from Ibad Al. It says, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah, General. If I may, could I get a general breakdown on what the firmament is? The water.
No problem. There was a good story that happened this week with the firmament. There was some type of meteorite that hit something in Ohio, and it went kablanga all over the place. I scared the piss out of the white man. The firmament is a dome or a shield that is firm. It's hard. And there are many asteroids that would kill everybody on planet Earth, but these asteroids hit this firmament and they break up into very small, manageable pieces. All right. The firmament is what people call the ozone layer. I believe that's the modern term for the ozone layer, correct? Right. For the firmament, the ozone layer. And it's hard, which is why it requires so much thrust for a rocket to reach outer space. I mean, my God, the amount of fuel that it takes is insane. Speaking of fuel, I gassed my car up on the way down. The white man is the devil. I would do the whole class on that. But I'm not going to, because that's self-absorbed. Let's just say it takes a lot of fuel to get in this car, too. You can imagine how much fuel it takes to get that rocket to break through that firmament, because it's hard. And so there's so much thrust required, so much liquid fuel required to break through. All right, everybody understands. That's the firmament, the ozone layer. Is there anything else?
From Chrissy Judd says, Salaki, my Lord, with your grace, can you please help me understand which life and family will we remember when Yahweh shall return for us, or will we remember each life we live?
Okay, let me give you the beauty about death, which is also one of the beautiful things about life. You will remember nothing of your past. Everything is gone, right? And that's important. A lot of you obsess sometimes about a loved one that you've lost. Many women, they've lost a child, which is the worst thing that could ever happen to anyone. Some of you lose a grandparent, or you lose a parent, which is normal and natural, but it is also extremely terrible and traumatic, right? Those dead people that you obsess over, they don't remember you anymore. That's it. When you die, that's the end of all of this thinking and misery and thoughts and heartbreaks. It is over. They don't remember you at all. And that is a beautiful thing. So now you can be born and you can start over. because you don't have to hold on to someone from the past. They're not holding on to you. When they're dead, it's over. And that's that. I'll give you a few precepts if you need them. Ash, please, Ash.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 5.
Let him give you the mic, please. Give a hand to General Cabal in the room tonight. Captain Mashak, Captain Oz, Captain Arya. Give him a hand. All the good warriors in here. All the sisters, look at her. She's so lovely. Give her a hand. Look at Levi's wife, always cooking. They never let her not cook. I think she always has a fork, a spoon in her hand, constantly. Stirring rice. Outstanding. Give her a hand. Well done. The sister over here, Mashak's beautiful wife. Give her a hand. Well done. Barack, give yourself a hand. Kazak Ahmad, getting it on. Captain Naya, I can see you back there. Good to see you, warrior. Let's get it on. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Are you reading the precept,
Yes,
right? I'm sorry.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 5. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything.
Yeah, that the living know that they shall die, but the dead know nothing. They don't know anything at all. You're alive, which means there's hope. Oh, you're alive. This is the time to remember all kinds of things, focus and learn. This is the time. You have a heart that can break over losing someone. All of life can be experienced as long as you're alive. Continue.
Neither have they any more a reward.
When you're dead, you don't remember anything and you don't have a reward, meaning what? Nothing belongs to someone that's dead. That's not his car. That's not his house. He's dead. It doesn't belong to them anymore. They don't get a reward. Their work is over. They don't get paid for or rewarded for doing anything at all. Continue.
For the memory of them is forgotten.
For the memory of them is forgotten. That is that. There's another one in Ecclesiasticus saying the same thing. So to the sister's question, if she's speaking about reincarnation, you'll remember nothing of it. They asked John the Baptist, are you Elijah? He said no. Jesus Christ said John the Baptist is Elijah because he absolutely was Elijah, but he doesn't know. How in the hell could he? He doesn't remember. Everyone understands. All right, good to go. Next.
There's a question relating to this one as well, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Saint Vinny.
What's your name, warrior? Right here. You always in the work of the Lord too. What's your name? What's your name again?
Baquasha, sir.
Baquasha. Give Baquasha a hand. Go ahead. Oh, Baquasha. Outstanding. Well done. Outstanding. Good job, brother. Oh boy, it's a lot of responsibility. We shall see. All right. Please ask the question.
From Saint Vinny says,
Mm-hmm.
do we ever get to remember this life and the next one, or one day get remembrance of them all?
Okay, no, you're not going to remember it like, that was my chair over there. That was my car. Not like that. But this life will be remembered the same way all of history is remembered. None of us have a memory of being a slave or the Spanish conquistadors killing us, but yet and still we read about it. The stories are passed down through generation to generation, and we feel the attachment to our history that we've learned about. So don't think you're not going to remember history like you remember, something that happened yesterday, but you'll absolutely learn about it, and you will always know about it. General Cabal. Give him a hand. That's how you remember things. Yes, you write it down. So now you learn about history because it's someone took the time to write down what happened at camp that day. Someone took the time to write down this Bible that we're reading about. Everyone understands. Go ahead. Anything else?
It's from Yabakar. He says, Salaki Adawan, can I get a breakdown on Galatians 3 and 28?
Mm-hmm.
I know oppressors use this to try and prove that they are equal to us, the water general.
Okay, go ahead.
The book of Galatians, chapter 3, verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek.
Mm-hmm.
There is neither bond nor free.
Mm-hmm.
There is neither male nor female.
Gotcha.
For ye are all one in Christ Jesus.
And so they use that to say what again? What do they say? That what? Who's equal to us? That the white man is equal to us because it says there is neither Jew nor Greek. And they believe that this precept is the one that's saying it. And so what about male or female? The person that says that, ask them, what does that mean? Because they sure read the Bible and they know about the differences between men and women in the Bible. Right? That's all over the place. So the person that thinks that this precept means that white people and black people are equally loved, Hispanics are equally loved, North American Indians are equally loved the same by God, then just tell me what male and female means. All right. Now, with that said, I'll wait for that and I'll give you the breakdown on it now. Okay. So read one verse above it and I'll explain.
I don't want to come. Galatians chapter 3, verse 27. For as many of you as have been baptized into Christ have put on Christ. Verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek.
Let me break that part down for you if I could. Qual es tu tribu? Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. All right. For everyone, so let me break down that first part for you right there. That's speaking about the change that all of us had to make to come into the truth. All of us had to change, which is going into what he's about to break down with the Jew or the Greek part. Everyone that comes into the school had to make a sacrifice of themselves. We all had to give up what we used to like to eat, the type of woman we would want, our sexual preference. We all had to change and give up so much. And because we made that change, all of us are one. That's the real point. The white man, or not the white man, what am I talking about? White people would never do that in the white church. In the black and Latino church, they are combing the Bible for ways to join them to white people. That is not happening in a white church. A white church believes in Jesus Christ and they hate black people, hate Mexicans, hate Latinos. They want strong immigration. They want to kick everybody out the country with that same verse in their Bible. That same exact verse. So clearly they're learning something different than we're learning with the same exact Bible. The actual point of this precept is not about race relations or about how races agree with each other. This precept is to make people in the truth love each other regardless of their background. That's the point. Some of you will come in here, you come from a good family. 2 parents, you had money. Some of you coming here from prison, right? It doesn't matter in here. In here, we're all going to love each other. Right. Some of you, you're a man and she's a woman, but both co-heirs to the kingdom of heaven. Because she's a woman, it doesn't mean she's some dog for you to beat. And because he's a man, that doesn't mean he ain't shit and he's just like my baby's daddy. We don't do that in here. We don't have battle of the sexes in the truth. We're not doing that. And we're not, and the rich aren't going to hate the poor, and the poor aren't going to hate the rich. We all know that we all had to come and put on Jesus Christ. We all had to change, so we're going to be unified in that change. That's the point. Now I'll read it. All right? Please continue.
Verse 29. And if ye be Christ, in the meantime, then are ye Abraham's seed.
I'm sorry, warrior. Can you go up above it? Read the verse and then go straight to that, all right?
Verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female.
That's what I just broke down. Keep going.
For ye are all one in Christ Jesus.
Keep going.
Verse 29. And if ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed.
Keep going.
And the heirs according to the promise.
What does it mean to be Abraham's seed? What does that mean? The next line just told you. Just said it. Go ahead, warrior.
Abraham lineage.
What tribe are you of?
Judah.
Judah, Most High in Christ. Both of you brothers are troopers. Congratulations. Felicidades. Has encontrado la verdad. Congratulations. You found the truth. Good job. Go ahead. Go ahead and read. Did you answer your question? Did you have a question? You took the microphone. Did you say something?
No, you asked
what would you answer?
Come from his lineage. Right?
A little more than that. A little more than lineage. That's not the point. The point when someone said, I'm from Abraham's seed in the New Testament, they're trying to say something. They're trying to tell you something about them. And he's saying it right there at the end. If they're from Abraham's seed, that means that they are heirs to the kingdom of heaven, meaning they're royalty. That's what Abraham's seed. Abraham's seed means Isaac. And if you come from Isaac, that means you are a prince of God, which means you by right should rule the earth by inheritance. So it's more so not just trying to run down who your father is. It's trying to run down the inheritance that you are owed because of who your father is. You get my point, all right? So now once again, but wait a minute, but I'm a slave. That means what? I don't get to benefit from Abraham. Slaves discontinued from their inheritance. That's Jeremiah 17:4. If you were a slave, you didn't get to be royal. You didn't get to have wealth. You're a slave. You didn't get that, but you do get it if you put on Jesus Christ. If you put on Jesus Christ, everything that you would lose because of the poverty of your background, you get to gain it. If you put on Jesus Christ, if you are rich, then now you're going to serve, even though you come from a rich family. Let me give you the precept for this. It might be right here. He that is free that is bond, he that is bond that is free. It's the exact precept to understand this precept, all right? Someone find that for the brothers, please, all right? What's your name over here by the door, warrior? Shapat Dayak. You another brother hardcore in the work of the Lord. Give him a hand. I see you. Well done. All right. Anyone have it for me yet? I want to say it's in Corinthians. He that is free is bond. He that is bond is free. Someone find. I'll get the next question while we're waiting on that up.
It's actually a call on.
All right, let's hear it.
Line, sir. 562-674. You online?
Yeah, how's it going? How's it going?
Not muted.
Can you hear me up?
It's an honor, sir.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Shalom, warrior. What can I do for you?
It's an honor to talk to you. And
I
had a question. According to the title of the class, according your future after World War III. It kind of sparked my mind, and I was wondering, like how would life cycle be in heaven, and like will we be able to see Christ, and like will he have wife and kids, and how would that be? You know.
I totally understand. I believe his question is, when the kingdom of heaven gets there, will we be able to see Christ? Will he be here? Will he have wife and kids? Did I hear you correctly up?
Yes, yes.
Listen,
yes,
that's
sir.
an excellent question. I remember asking that same question when I was young in the truth, Doc. And that's a question from having a good heart. Well, first, let me answer this. When the kingdom of heaven gets here, from the time that you hear the trumpets blow and the chariots are back, you are going to be with Jesus Christ in the flesh. I'm talking standing in the room with him standing right there in front of you. How do I know? Because there's a day in the Apocrypha where the brothers who stood so stiffly with him upon the earth all received crowns from his hands. He put the crowns on their heads, thanking them for their service. He did that. He's going to be with us. And the Bible says that he shall be with us evermore. So once he comes back, he is with us from now on. The Bible says that Jesus Christ said, I shall no longer drink of the fruit of the vine until I drink it with you again in the kingdom. Jesus Christ is going to have a drink with you. Sit and drink wine, the first drink he had in 2,000 years. Yikes. He's going to have one, brother, with you. This is the reward for giving up drugs, for giving up crime and murder and theft. This is the reward. You'll be standing next to him, and he'll put a crown on your head and drink a glass of wine with you. That's the reward. Now, will he have a wife and children? The Bible does not say whether or not he'll have a wife and children. I know he did not have one when he walked the earth as Jesus Christ. He's explained that when he tried to explain being a eunuch to men who couldn't understand it. He says some are eunuchs because they have a physical problem, where there are others that are eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. They didn't know what in the hell he was talking about, because the only way they could ever stop having sex is if they were castrated. You'd have to castrate me to stop me from having sex. I stop having sex. I've been castrated. Okay. Sure. No? Once again, I'm in the flesh too. We all fall short. I ain't Jesus. Who you think you are, Jesus? That's what they say. That's what they tell you. Well, I ain't Jesus, so I gotta have sex with your daughter, Mom, because I'm not Jesus. Okay, so now, well, will he get a woman? He didn't have one. He worked every day and was hated by the people he loved. I hope he does. That's why that question has a good heart. I don't know if he will get a woman, but boy, I hope so. I mean, I hope finally he could get a woman. That would be great. I'm damn sure he deserves one. I don't deserve him, and I have him. I would hope that finally he could get wives. I don't know if he will, but I hope so. Please.
If I may too, General, the
Please.
scripture you was making reference to.
Please.
Oh, come. Second Esdras, chapter 2, verse 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads, he set crowns and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
Can I break that part down? Because that's a hell of a verse. He marveled that this man was so tall, taller than all the rest of them, and he was more exalted than them. He marveled at that. Why? Because these brothers were so exalted, he couldn't believe there was someone more exalted. Like imagine seeing someone and you go, God damn, he must be the king, looking at him. Right. This cat is better than him. This cat is even more exalted than him. Right. Who is this man? Which is why he's wondering at, like, these cats I'm watching getting crowns, you would think they rule the universe. Right. But there is someone even better than them that is blowing his mind. Right. Continue.
Verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal.
That's what they did, brother. Putting off the mortal, meaning they don't do the things that cause so much death to all of our people throughout so many generations. The disobedience to God that causes some pedophile to be able to rule over us. Think about how many Latinos and West Indians, brother, are afraid day and night. You know how many calls I get about some Latino brother or sister, some West Indian, some Haitian. Every day they're waking up sweating and scared to death. Scared, trying to figure out what are they going to do. Is today the day? It's today the day they'll be forced to go back to a country that they haven't been to in 30 years, in 20 years. All by who? A pedophile, a felon.
Right.
And you look at yourself in this situation and you wonder, how could we be in a situation like this? It's because for so long we embraced death. Right. That was our life. Our lifestyle was a lifestyle of eating pork, shrimp, Christianity, homosexuality, raping, and being just as filthy as the people that were our masters. And that is us embracing death, not these brothers. Right. They put that off. They don't break the commandments of God. They are not sinners, pecadores. They are not sinners. That's not what they are. Now they have put on what? They put off the mortal clothing. Keep going.
And put on the immortal.
And put on the immortal. Don't you understand? If the Lord our God was our protector rock, this filthy bastard would have never been able to put our lives in doubt. Ever. It would have never happened. But of course, we preferred sin to ruling the planet Earth. Not them. Not these brothers. Continue.
And have confessed the name of God.
And have done what?
And have confessed the name of God.
And have done what?
And have confessed the name of God.
That's another precept that is so misunderstood by weakling Christians. Christians who are weak. Why? Because they believe that confessing the name of Jesus is simply telling the white man who's a Christian that I'm also a Christian just like you, white people. Right. What's your religion, Donald Trump? Christian? So am I. What's your religion, Adolf Hitler? Who knows? Who knows history enough to know? Was he a Muslim, Adolf Hitler? Maybe he was Muslim. Was he Jewish, Adolf Hitler? I know his soldiers wore iron crosses. I know that much. There's one on Pete Hegseth's chest, an iron cross. Right? I know his soldiers, the Luftwaffe and the SS, wore crosses around. Give me a Nazi with a cross, with an iron cross around his neck, an SS soldier. Right, who were the people that ran the concentration camps. Adolf Hitler was a Christian.
That's right.
He loves his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He loved him. Right, all of you are Christians. How are you as a Black or Latino confessing to be Christian when by being Christian, you're actually saving your own skin? Right. Because you're telling the white man, let me see it, that's him. What's his name right here? That's him. Yeah, that's one of those SS or Luftwaffe. which is their air force or the SS. Yeah, Adolf Hitler was a Christian. My God, that would have saved your life if you said, no, I'm not Jewish, I'm Christian. That would have saved your life in Germany. They thought you were Jewish, but come to find out you were Christian. Okay, take him out the oven. So now, how is it a confession? How is it a confession when the man in power is a Christian? Because that confession is not what you're doing. You see, you're not worshiping the true Jesus Christ of the Bible. You're worshiping the same Jesus of the Luftwaffe and the SS and Adolf Hitler. Right. You're worshiping that same cross, that same Jesus. But these men, the Jesus Christ that they profess, that gets you killed to follow him. You understand? You brothers, you brothers are troopers now. You probably are in the thick of it right now. How does your family feel about you being in the school? You got good families that don't mind? Listen, that's a blessing. Go ahead.
I'm really gonna talk to the ones that I guess don't mind, so I don't know.
You're a wise man. Give yourself a hand. Well done. Then let un applauso. Good job. How about you, trooper?
Salaki, sir. Mixed reviews.
I hear that. Well said. Give him a hand. Mixed reviews. Well said. Yes, yeah. Let me tell you, many brothers to come in the truth, they lose their families. They lose their wife. They lose their children. They lose their friends. I mean, everyone is scared to death of you. If you walk into a room, they're terrified. The minute you walk into a room, to tell anyone that you're with the true Jesus Christ, it's a confession because it puts your life in danger to associate yourself with the true Jesus. Now, if you want to be with that white Jesus, Adolf Hitler is too. Donald Trump is. Everyone is. It's not a confession. It's really a submission. It's an act of submission to say you're a Christian because it's telling everyone, I'm a good boy. I'm one of the good ones. You don't have to worry about me. I'm Catholic. I'm Christian. And everyone will know you're a bootlicker and they don't have to worry about you anymore. But to actually follow the Jesus Christ of the Bible, it's a confession. It puts your life in danger. These men put their lives in danger because they followed the true Jesus Christ of the Bible. That's right. If there's any more, please read it.
Oh, okay, sir. And have confessed the name of God. Now are they Christ and receive palms.
That's it. Those palms are big, giant palm tree leaves. They receive those palms so they can wave them at Jesus Christ to acknowledge that he is the man. He is the master. You're trying to keep him cool in the Middle East, in the desert. You're keeping Jesus Christ cool, fanning him to keep him cool. Everybody understands. Anything else? Good to go here. Any other questions online? Please, microphone. Let me get you in 1 second, Warrior. Let me get Kazak Ahmad first, all right? Go ahead.
I'm gonna come, sir. A young officer, he asked me for a breakdown, of Romans chapter 7. Chapter 7, verses 11 through 14.
Mm-hmm.
Put up next. Romans chapter 7, verse 11. For sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good. Was then that which is good made death unto me? God forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment.
Just break down the whole thing, or is it something in particular?
This is a general breakdown.
All right, start from the top.
Romans chapter 7, verse 11.
One verse above it.
Verse 10. And the commandment which was ordained to life.
Read that part. That's what you need to understand it. And the commandment which was ordained to life. Now, what you'll need is to understand the difference between the commandment and the law. All right. The commandment is the thing that you have to do. Right. The law is the punishment for not doing it. So the commandment says, celebrate the Passover. Right. I got to do a Passover breakdown. Should I do it before the Passover or during the Passover? I have to think about that. But I got I was waiting for someone to ask me whether or not you can celebrate the Passover at home, but no one did it. So maybe I'll wait. I don't know. All right. So now, the commandment says to celebrate the Passover every year and its season. That's what the commandment says. The law tells you what to do if they don't do that. The law is the punishment part of the commandment. So the first commandment is you make sure you pay your tithes. That's a commandment. The law part is what do you do with someone who doesn't pay their tithes? You get the point? So now just remember that, and I'll break it down from where we started. Go ahead.
And the commandment, which was ordained to life.
Meaning what? If you do this commandment, you're going to live.
Right.
If you keep these commandments, you are going to live. You are not going to die. You will be what? You will be what? Who's been paying attention? You will be what? How about you, Yashikar? You will be what?
Keeping the commandments, you'll be rewarded.
You're almost there.
Walking in the spirit of the Lord.
You got to say something that I have said today. That's why I'm asking. I said it today. Please, Barack.
You would say live forever, but everlasting.
You're coming closer to it. You're walking around the corner from it. I'm going to give it to you. Last one. You will be immortal. That's what Kazak read earlier. Put off the mortal and put on the immortal. That's right. If you want to cut Christians, you got to remember every word that someone says, at least for that day at camp. You can forget it after camp. Right? But at camp, let no one say a thing. Sometimes not even make a gesture that you didn't notice. You notice everything. You hear everything. Christians are giving you what you need to cut them in what they say and when they talk. So you want to just pay such attention that you can say, what'd you say? Say that again. And then right there, they know it's over. You get the point, right? Right? Immortal. That's what you're going to be. Immortal. You keep the commandments, you'll never die. Your enemies will die. They'll die. They'll die in their sleep. You're so worried about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is an 90-year-old man. Can you imagine the fear that's on the planet Earth in the Middle East, in Great Britain? Over 100-year-old man with splotches and sores all over his goddamn neck. That is how much all of us sin. We're all sinners then. Because you telling me that we're going to lose sleep. 1 second. Give me some break. Everything all right? Yeah. Let me tell you, if you want to prove that everyone on the planet Earth is a sinner, and all of us, none of us have done the work enough. And the UPK, we clearly are not working hard enough in here. We better get busy because the planet is afraid of a 90-year-old man and what he's going to do. This is how we sin. Not only are we afraid of Donald Trump, who is 90 years old, we're afraid he's going to stay in office. Right. Have you heard that before? Sister, you heard that. They say, turn the news on, they'll say, well, maybe Donald Trump will just stay president and do another 4 years, which means he'll be 115 years old. We are such sinners that we think our enemy will live until he's 110. That says something about our relationship with our God. Can our enemies die of old age? Right. Can our enemies die of congestive heart failure? High blood pressure, diabetes? Right. Can our enemies fall dead in their sleep? Right. Why don't we have faith in it then? Because we full well know that we don't deserve it. In our mind, Donald Trump will be president until he's finished, until he decides to. We think that when 4 years is over, now remember, 4 years, how old will Donald Trump be in 4 years? Why do you even think he'll last this year? God is sitting in judgment, brother. God judges this earth, man. God is in charge of the heaven and earth. Why don't we believe that he'll help us? There's a reason for that. Because we know we have not put off the mortal and put on the immortal. We know we are not doing enough. Right. We know it. So we think, well, Donald Trump will just be president until he's 127 years old, and he'll just get to hurt us until he's done. Right. Keep going.
Oh, kind of, sir. I found to be unto death.
Mm-hmm.
For sin,
I'm sorry, you better skip above it. I mean, go right back to where you were.
and the commandment which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death.
These same commandments that were supposed to make me live, I found them to be unto death. Why? Simple answer, I didn't do them. I didn't keep the commandments. So now I'm afraid that 100-year-old man will live another 8 years because I'm terrified of the future because I deserve no blessing from God.
Right.
And deep down, I know it. I know it deep down. Continue.
For sin, taking occasion by the commandment.
For sin, what is sin? Sin is the transgression of the law of God. That's in the book of 1 John, young brothers. That's what sin is. For sin took an occasion. Keep going.
Deceive me.
For sin took an occasion.
It's like by the commandment.
By the commandment. Sin took an occasion, meaning what? I was seduced. That's what occasion means. I was seduced to disobey that commandment.
Right.
I was seduced. So clearly the commandments are there. No one at this time is 2026 or something. Everyone knows the destructive power of drugs. Who doesn't know? My God.
Right.
Everyone knows. I mean, well, unless you're 12 or something and you just found weed, you just heard of it yesterday, but you've got family members and you've seen what it's done to your family. You've seen what crystal meth and marijuana and cocaine has done to your people. You know the end result of this activity,
right.
But we still do it. Why? Because we're tempted. We're still tempted because it feels good. And a slave is only looking for what feels good because their life is such misery that they're looking for pleasure day and night. Sin has taken occasion. Keep going. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
For sin, taken by the occasion, taken occasion by the commandment, deceive me.
Deceive me. That's the seduction, brother. You were lied to. You thought you could have this pleasure. You thought you could do it. And meanwhile, it was going to cost you your life. Keep going.
I found it slacking, and by it slew me.
You get that. Keep going.
Wherefore the law is holy.
Wherefore what?
Wherefore the law is holy.
I mean, what does it mean when it says the law is holy? Meaning I'm right to be killed. That's right. I had it coming. God damn it. That'll save you, brother.
Right.
I had it coming. That should have happened to me. You know what? You know what? Had that coming. That's right. I had that coming.
Right.
You got that venereal disease? Did that shock you? Huh? So sorprendiendo? You were surprised by that, weren't you? That was a shock. You telling me all I did was have sex with this whore, and damn it, I got a venereal disease. That's where they come from. That's what's supposed to happen to you. The bad things that happen to you in your life, that is what's supposed to happen. Don't you get that? That's how it works. Can you imagine a world where people that had sex with prostitutes did not get venereal diseases? We would have no daughters, Ak. None. All of our daughters would find a way to get them into the industry of prostitution because it would be beneficial to society. None of us would have daughters, right? But because there's venereal diseases and death and fathers who will not allow their daughters to be whores. I pray you understand that. Because of these bad things that happen to people, that's the reason that this behavior is curtailed in any way.
Right.
That's the whole reason. The law is good. It's just. It's right. You're supposed to pay for it. You're supposed to die. You're supposed to go to jail. It's supposed to happen. It's right. The law is right.
Right.
Continue.
Wherefore the law is holy.
That's right.
And the commandment holy.
Come on, brother.
And just and good.
I think I broke that down. Go ahead.
Was then that which is good made death unto me?
Wait a minute, but if the law is good, was it made death to me? Was this great and good thing which stops us from having daughters that are whores, stops us from having an Epstein Island of our own, stops us from our sons becoming sexual deviants, stops us from being drug dealers and thieves? Is this good thing bad to me?
Right.
Is this good thing death to me? Keep going.
God forbid.
Now, why isn't every Christian reading that? Because why does every Christian think the law is bad?
Right.
Every Christian believes that the law is done away with. The law is going to destroy you. You should never keep the law. The law is a bad thing. The law kills sinners. The law will kill me if I sin. Does that mean that this thing that is good, because it absolutely gives a negative reaction to doing something negative, the law gives a reaction that curtails bad behavior? Does that mean it's death to me? God forbid. Meaning what? I don't consider the law bad simply because it kills. I'm not considering the law an evil thing. Meaning when it says death to me, meaning what do you consider the law? The law to me is death. The law to me is evil. That's your Christian church. Right. You bring up the law to them, what will they say? The law is evil. The law is a terrible thing. The law is a horrible thing. The law, shall this good thing be death to me? God forbid. No, it is not. The law is great.
That's right.
It's wonderful. It kills sinners and kills homosexuals and kills drug addicts and kills murderers. And if there was not a negative response to murderers, you get the point. That's right. I mean, don't we know what would happen? Right? If nothing bad happened to you when you took a man's life or a woman's life or a child's life, is that the world you Christians want to live in? Where there is no law, where there is no negative repercussion? You want a world with no repercussions, you Christians. You want a world where you can murder children, murder women, murder innocent men, and nothing happens? So the law is death to you, not to me, though. God forbid. No, it's good to me. It's a great thing. Love it. Outstanding. More of it. Keep it coming. Keep reading, please.
Call will come, sir. But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me.
Yeah, what is death to me? Is the law death to me? God forbid. But sin,
right,
that's death to me. You understand? That's the but.
Right.
Is the law death to me? God forbid. But sin, oh, that's death to me. Sin is death to me. Right. Raping a child, raping women, committing murder, violence against innocent people. You see, I don't think the law is bad for punishment of evil acts. I think evil actions are death. Right. I think that is bad. Is the law death to me? God forbid. But sin, it's telling you what actually death is. Oh, okay. Sin is the death. Right. Not the commandment telling you not to commit sin.
Right.
Keep going.
But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me.
I don't know what I have to do for you, but a sin that it might appear sin. But it might appear sin. Why did Epstein Island go on for what, 30 years? Why? You know what? If you went to Epstein Island, you know what you would think? You would think it was legal to molest children.
Right.
Because molesting children didn't appear like a sin. Because everyone did it. Everyone. A lot of your families are like that. A lot of your families, they molest children, brother, like it's part of growing up. That's how they treat it.
Right.
You got some uncle, he's touching everybody. Just leave him alone. Just don't worry about that. Is this wrong? I mean, everybody in the family has been molested. No one calls the cops. God forbid the child calls child services. You treat the child like a snitch. You treat this child like, she told our business in this house. Your rules about not telling people what happened in the house are more stringent than your rules against molesting children. Right. Your rules against molesting children, don't call it a rule. Let's call it more of a guideline, right? It's not quite a rule not to molest children. Maybe you shouldn't do it. But when you molest the children, no one can call the cops. No one, God forbid, you call child services. You ruin the whole house by calling child services. You have more strict rules about your secrets to hide sin than you do sin. And what happens? Sin doesn't appear as sin. Sin doesn't appear as sin. You commit a murder, whatever. I remember being so young. Killing somebody. It was like it was legal. That's the best way I can describe it to you. If you grow up, it was like getting bodies, killing people. It was like nobody was going to jail for it. It was like nothing was going to happen. It was like just you getting bodies. Oh, he has 5 bodies. Oh, he has 6 bodies. Oh, yeah, so-and-so has bodies. So it was like it was something that you were eventually going to do. They did it. Here they are. It didn't appear to even be wrong to murder someone when I was young. It didn't even seem like it was something that was different. It seemed absolutely normal. Murder did not appear as a sin. Well, you Christians have created that place where molesting children, committing murder, doing drugs doesn't even appear wrong. Well, the Most High God wants sin to appear as sin. So he has to kill sinners.
That's right.
That's it. You kill enough sinners, everyone starts going, boy, you shouldn't do that. You know, you might want to stop that. That's a bad idea, what you're doing, right? Read that part again.
But sin, that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good.
That's it, Doc. That's all I can do for you out there. Okay, I know it's opposite what the Christians taught you. It's not grandmama sweet talk. Grandmama sweet talk is what slaves learn to not get a beating. That's all it is. But it is not the Bible. The Bible is teaching you to be an independent nation, to be a nation that can govern yourself, have your own morality, and keep your own bodies in check. That's what the Bible is doing. You could govern yourself with this book. You wouldn't need police. The UPK doesn't need police. We police ourselves. We are a what? Law unto ourselves in here. I just recently kicked some whore out of school in North Carolina. I don't know if I told you. That's all I can talk about. I really can't talk about nothing else. Oh my God. Yeah, listen, she was whoring like you cannot understand. Whoring on her husband, whoring in front of her son. Her son had to see her whore. Her son knows she has a husband. Her son sees men walking out the bedroom in the morning with no shirt on. Her son is getting high with her. That's a rough thing. I know you brothers and sisters have been through this. When you've done drugs with your parents, it's rough to come back from that one. That's a hardcore one. Many of you, even more of you, have seen your mother's sexuality, have seen that your mother is a sexual being, that your mother needs a penis. That is hard to come back from that, brother. That's a rough deal to reform yourself back from. Thank the Lord we have this school that reforms all flesh, can reform any brother of any sin, any sister of any sin, because that is difficult to recover from. Well, that's what this slut was doing. Having sex with everybody that she was buying drugs from in front of her son and getting high with her own son. It gave me such great joy to kick her out to school. I wish I could have did it 5 years ago. That's just the truth. Well, why? Because it has to be a sin. It has to appear a sin to be a slut, to go have sex with other men. It has to appear like a sin to go get high with your child. Somebody has to look at it and go, oh, that's wrong. How do I know it's wrong? Because that slut was kicked out the school for doing it. That's what has to happen. Keep going.
Sir. That sin by the commandment might become exceeding sinful.
That sin by the commandment might be exceedingly sinful, like disgusting. That's right. Also, I'm not going to say her name in class, but I would like you brothers to talk about her name privately. So I'm not going to say it here. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Now, I would like y'all to do that for me, all right? All right, go ahead. We good here? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
We know the law is spiritual, brother. Keep going.
But I am carnal.
Let me tell you, so that law is spiritual. It is righteous. The law doesn't have any allowances for all of your failings and weaknesses and all of your lust and demons that you like, right? You're carnal. The law is not. What does that tell you? The law is not going to care about you, what your preferences and about what you want and how you think things should be. The law is not that. You want allowance for your carnality. You're carnal, but the law is spiritual, brother. The law is spiritual. Keep going.
For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin.
Sold unto sin. That's who you are. Sold unto sin. David said, in sin did my mother conceive me. In sin did she raise me up. You've been trained to do these things your entire life. That's all you know. Do you want to be something better? Do You want to be different? Here's your chance.
Right.
Here's your chance. Anything else?
That's it, sir.
Most time Christ. Any other questions? Please, Barack, come on. Please, Kobo otra vez, please. One more time. Whoever has me. Oh, Salaki, go ahead. Otra vez. Go ahead.
So just similar a little bit on the topic.
Mhm.
This, I've heard it throughout the years, heard it for a long time. What would you say is the proper response? You know, Christians in the world, they have an
straight liquor in the other.
It's like a famous phrase where they ask,
but I absolutely want this.
it's like a famous phrase that Christians in the world commonly ask, why do bad things happen to good people? I've responded to it sometimes, you know, throughout the years. And then, but of course, they'll wonder, okay, what about a 3-year-old that was an innocent bystander that caught a bullet? You know, something where they couldn't connect the dots of why, okay, something like this, they didn't do nothing. And just I guess a perfect response to somebody that would ask the question, why do bad things happen to good people?
Okay, anyone that thinks that bad things are happening to good people are looking for a reason to blame God for something that's their fault.
Right.
Because if good things are happening, if bad things are happening to good people, then God is unjust, which is the point. The point of, damn it, I'm such a good person, and yet these bad things keep happening to me. You know, I never do nothing wrong to nobody, but these things keep happening to me. Why does this keep happening? Meaning, God is wrong. God is unjust. God is doing this to me, and God is making a mistake because I do not deserve this. Now, if I believe that, then I will. Just give me the logical. Bad things happen to me, and I'm a good person. I don't deserve for anything bad to happen to me, and it still happened to me, which means God was wrong, which means what? Barack? It's like a logic test. Just okay, and this is important in the battle. Every person that battles you and then they make a point, there is a purpose for this point, meaning there's a conclusion. If they're right, then there's a conclusion that they are trying to make. The conclusion is really where the battle is, not in the question. The conclusion. I'm a good person and bad things are happening to me. Bad things happen to a 3-year-old, gracias, to a 3-year-old baby who did nothing. Which would mean what?
I did nothing.
Say again?
What you mean I did nothing in their eyes?
I'm sorry.
What you mean that I did nothing?
I did nothing. The baby did nothing. I did nothing, which would mean the conclusion would be what?
It's somebody else's fault?
Well, if nobody did anything, then there's only one conclusion. Bad things happening to good people. Bad things happening to a baby. There's only one conclusion. Give Kazaka Ahmad a shot. Go ahead.
Okay. Is it God is wrong, so I don't have to follow God?
That's it. Give him a hand. That's it. Barack, the conclusion is if God is just willy-nilly killing people and just, you know, if there's no rhyme or reason to it, if he's just killing babies for nothing, killing good people like me for nothing, then I don't have to actually obey him so I can keep getting high, keep snorting coke, keep killing people, keep molesting children, because really my behavior has nothing to do with punishment. Right. And you got to know that in a battle. You got to know why they're saying this. The minute you know why they're saying it, then you cut them deeper. Then you cut the motivation for the question. The motivation is good things happening to bad people, happening to kids. I don't have to listen to God. I'm just going to keep getting high. I'm going to keep being a whore because none of this even matters. And God hurts people for nothing. So why should I obey? It won't help me to obey him. That's the point. Now, here's what you have to do. You have to tell this person that God absolutely knows who he's hurting, and you're not a good person. You're a terrible person. You're a horrible person. Say your name again, warrior. Shapat Dayak, go ahead.
Hey, sir. Almost on the same thing when they say, well, everybody gonna die at some point.
That's another one. Give him a hand. Shapat Dayak. I heard that. You gotta die of something. Right. That just means, well, let's get high. Where's the coke at then? Put it right here. Line it up. Because you got to die of something. Well, come on then. Shit. You got some? All right then. Okay. That's the point. You understand? So knowing that lets you cut them deeper. Because you know, really all this philosophical theologian bullshit is really someone that just wants to get high. just someone that wants to sin. That's all. And they make it like, it's a theological quest. Good things happen to bad people and bad things. Do you want coke or not? God damn, at least I say I want some coke. You won't even say you want cocaine. Good gracious. Let's get cut through all this shit. Okay? This is all this is. You're jonesing, right? Is that what this is? You're jonesing? You need to have sex with some whore. So now you got to have a theologian class in here about sin and where sin comes from and good people and bad people. It's no more than that. All right. People are basically sinners. They're just pigs looking to rot, looking to, grunt and get their pleasure. That's it. So now once so then you tell them God is not hurting good people. He's hurting bad people like you. You're a terrible person. That's why those things happen to you. Then they'll say, well, what about the 3-year-old baby? What about the little baby that something terrible happened to? Brother, anyone that brings up the example of a child that gets killed, a child that has cancer, a child that dies in some terrible accident, if they bring that up to say, God did this for nothing, that person is truly evil. And I'm going to explain why. If an innocent child dies, every good adult is supposed to blame themselves.
That's right.
Everyone. That's right. There is no way a child dies. Everyone is supposed to go, this child did nothing. Yeah. Where was I? Why didn't I step in? Why didn't I feed that mother? Why didn't I do something? This baby is gone. Where was I? And anyone that doesn't blame themselves for a community that is losing their children is truly evil. Because if you can't blame that child, you blame God. I think you're skipping over someone.
That's right.
Right? I think you might be missing someone that you absolutely could blame. We're a community losing their children dying of terrible illnesses, terrible disorders, children on islands. General Yahanna read me some of that Epstein list. I can't even discuss it. Some of the things on that Epstein list I got about with those kids, I can't even just talk about it. That's how, if you want to read that, it's terrible. It's terrible to think about, let alone read, that some child actually went through this in some island that other people call paradise. They went through that. Blame yourself for the loss of children. Blame yourself for your community not having kids. Blame yourself for little children getting shot, little children having cancer. What are we doing as adults that is not provoking the Lord to salvation for our kids? The child can't do anything. We could save them. You understand? Anything else? No problem. Please, go ahead. I'm listening now.
And the UPK is so excellent because coming into the school, sir, it's like when I hear about what's happening in our community, in the world, it's like, see, we just can't get it right. It's just, niggas is niggas. And then coming to the school, it's like there's a burden now. It feels like, I should have been able to have more power to stop this or to change. It's like I feel the burden now for everything that's happening. And the school is what put that type of care for God's people into me.
You're telling the truth. Give him a hand. Denele un aplauso. He's telling the truth, though. He's telling the truth. For those of you that have been in the truth long enough, I remember when Commanding General Yahanna was telling everyone to go out and marry brothers and sisters that were Latinos and Haitians. He was saying it all the time. For years, Commanding General Yahanna would go on the show and say, we need to start marrying these Mexican brothers and sisters. We need to marry them. You sisters out there, you find a Mexican brother and you marry him. I know there's tapes, Mashaka, of this because he was saying this all the time. And then now one day Donald Trump stepped up and became president. And now here we are. We obviously didn't say it enough. We weren't seen on enough websites, enough blogs, enough podcasts. We didn't get enough views. We didn't do it enough. And now our brothers and sisters are in danger. Everyone understands. Anything else?
It's from Lil 38 TMC. It says, Salakia, sir. Salakia, was Shem so old that he knew Abraham, Isaac, and Ibar?
Yeah, no, Shem was no older His lifespan was the same as everybody else's. I don't recall how old he was, but Ibar, no, he wasn't. He was not around when this is generations. That's a long time in between those cats. You just read the names. If he was their father, then he was around when they were around. But if he was their great grandfather, then he wasn't around. So just when you look at the lineage of Ibar or Hebrew all the way to Jacob, if there's a lot of men in between, then they were not around. Because it's like saying you were around when your great grandfather was around. You weren't. You were around for your father, maybe a grandfather, and that's usually that. And that's the same way it was in the Bible. All right? Go ahead.
This is from Yasef the Ark. It says, Slack Journal, if I may, how did that bread from Monday come out?
Why did he bring that up? I thought I posted. I meant to post a picture of my bread. Well, I'll post it at the end of class today. Not good, warrior. Let me tell you, I put that bread in the oven about 4 or 5 hours after class. I did everything they told me to do. So I thought. I put it in the oven and it came out looking like it came from France. I mean, that thing was beautiful. It was a cranberry loaf, Kubal, with cranberries in it. I cut it in the middle open. It had a liquid core. I said, how in the hell? Brother, in my wrath, I tore it to shreds and threw it in the trash. I just had a fit. I said, motherfucker, shut up. Threw the shit in the trash. My rib looking at me, why are you doing that? Why are you fucking doing that? I'm gonna tear this, bro. I was so angry. But I am undeterred, General Cabal. General Cabal, tell them, please, because tell my wives, I call them. Because they think I can't make a goddamn loaf of bread if my life depended on it. But I am going to stick to this. This is my spiked bread. They think I can't do any damn thing. I'm going to show them. I'm making a loaf of bread. I don't care how much it costs now. I don't care what I got to do. I'm going to make one decent loaf of bread. Sourdough bread, and that's done. Okay? That's what's going to happen. So stay tuned. This last loaf, it's in the trash. All right, where are we at now?
This is from a call support. It says, Slack Adawan. If you could give, sir, give me a general breakdown on Ezekiel 27, 1-3, Baba Shaw.
Absolutely. Glad OKC.
This is Ezekiel chapter 27 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Now, thou son of man, take up a lamentation for Tyrus, and say unto Tyrus, O thou that art situate at the entry of the sea, which art a merchant.
Let me break it down from now. This is a one verse or more than one verse?
1-3.
1-3. When it says take up a lamentation means sadness. So he's saying, now go tell Tyrus something that is miserable. Tell him his future is bleak. Because Tyrus, the king of Tyre and Sidon, he was rich. An amazing rich. So think, New York, Washington, D.C. I think about how I drove down here, brother, and how rich these white people have it in Washington, D.C. Ooh, I mean, they got a good kingdom down here. Rich, I mean, unbelievably rich. That's how Tyre and Sidon were. They were just so rich, and his king was rich. And now I'm going to tell him what his future is, and he's not going to want to hear it. Keep going.
Verse 3. And say unto Tyrus, O thou that art situate at the entry of the sea.
O thou that art situate at the entry of the sea. That's a port, which is what makes cities rich. And in times past, Venice was rich. Venice was an amazing rich place because they had ports. Athens, if a place has an outlet into the sea, where you can be on the sea and pull a boat up right to this place, then you can bring silk and gold and everything to this place. Well, Tyre and Sidon were like that. It was a rich city because of its ports. Keep going.
Which are a merchant of the people for many isles.
Which is the merchant of the people for many islands. All of these islands could come. Think of America, brother. Think of the port at Long Beach and in New York and my God, I mean, oh, what's one? What they got one around here? They got all the boats can come down here, down by the wharf. Yeah, Baltimore. That Baltimore place was insane. Is it gone now? Oh right, man, Baltimore. My, that's why so much heroin came here. Because of that port in Baltimore, brother. And merchants from everywhere could bring their goods into Baltimore, including heroin. All right. And that's the way it is in every country on the planet Earth. Keep going.
Thus saith the Lord God, O Tyrus, thou hast said, I am a perfect beauty.
That's what Tyrus thought. He said, I am a perfect beauty. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm beautiful. I'm rich. All of the islands do business with me. I'm the best merchant around. Keep going.
Okay. That was the end of his, but you want to keep going, sir?
No, I mean, if that was his question, that's it. I just broke it down. Just you gonna compare this to America, to so many other places where they have ports where they can just bring riches in. And the Bible says that when Jesus Christ returns, the merchants will see the smoke of its burning. They will see the fire from this place that made so many rich, now in 1 hour is made greatly desolate. This place that made everyone rich now is gone. That's the future of our oppressor. Keep going.
There's a question from Princess Kanawa, says, Salaki General, sir.
Mhm.
Adawan, may I ask, when North America is destroyed, will South America, Mexico, Canada, and Alaska be destroyed as well?
Well, okay, you want to think about it just like in any war, right? The major cities will be destroyed. That's where the destruction will be. So South America is not a major city. It's not a major place. Most places are, underdeveloped, in South and Central America. You want to think this about the keys to destruction, the destruction centers. You want to think where the city centers are. America, France, England, Saudi Arabia. Give me some more. Spain, the G8, those big countries where they have all the weapons, all the military might that will attempt to fight Jesus Christ. They're going to be utterly wiped out. Other places will not be so wiped out. There'll be like a level, a scale of a place being destroyed. If this is a giant place with giant defenses, they're wiped out, right? If they have minor defenses, then they're wiped out, but not as much as others. Other places there's nothing there now. So much of the planet, there's nothing there. The white man is angry because he has to share the planet when there's so swaths of this planet where there are no people at all. There's swaths of America, there's nothing. If you've driven from one coast to another, it's empty. There's nothing in between New York and what? My God, California, there's nothing there. I drive through it and I go, why are they fighting? Why don't you just let everyone come over here? Because there's nothing here. There's nothing but space. I'm out, brother, in my truck one night, going into my truck. It's about 3 a.m. And there was 40 deer. Now, I'm giving you 40 just as I'm guessing. It was so many deer right outside my truck. I couldn't believe it. And they went and ran across. And I said, the white man doesn't want immigrants to come here from Mexico. Do you know what that means, If deer, you ever drive down the street and there are deer in the road dead? You know what that means? These deer are everywhere because there's no people. So when you're driving down the street, there's dead deer up and down the road. I counted one day 20 deer driving somewhere. It was a half an hour drive. And there was 20 dead deer, which means there's more land for deer than people. Deer are thriving out there. Thriving. How do you know? They're dead up and down. They're trying to cross the goddamn street. And they're dead. There's no people. So what happens? Deer everywhere. Deer, bears, and everywhere because there are no people anywhere. So the deer population is just too goddamn many deer. Up and down the road, dead. We could let some Mexicans come over here. They could live there. They could live where the deer are, couldn't they? They could live right there, build a house right there, or else what? You'd rather the deer live there? That's what you prefer? Anyway, everybody gets the point. The white man's the devil, and there is no reason for all of this conflict other than hatred. Anything else? Go ahead. Whoever was reading, go ahead.
There's a question from Rashad says, Salaki Alawak, can you break down Ecclesiasticus 28, 24 through 26?
Absolutely. Glad OKC. No problem.
There's Ecclesiasticus chapter 28 and verse 24. Look that thou hedge thy possession about with thorns, and bind up thy silver and gold, and weigh thy words in a balance, and make a door and bar for thy mouth. Beware thou slide not by it.
Go two verses above this one.
Verse 22. It shall not have.
Also, let me know when to wrap it. All right, Aki. Go ahead.
Verse 22. It shall not have rule over them that fear God, neither shall they be burnt with the flame thereof. Such as forsake the Lord shall fall into it, and it shall burn in them, and not be quenched. It shall be sent upon them as a lion, and devour them as a leopard.
Keep going.
Look that thou hedge thy possession about.
What's your possession? We just read it above it just now. The Bible is saying to protect your possession. Put thorns around it. Keep it. Your possession is the truth. The truth that you keep in here. You keep it in here. They're trying to steal it from you. That's what they want. They want to take it from you. They want oppression and worry and pain and suffering to snatch the truth out of your heart. Bind it with thorns. Protect it. That's your possession. Don't let anyone steal it from you because they want to. Please believe me, the people in the world that you escaped who are dying, they want you back. They are desperate to get you back every day. The worst thing for people in the world to have is a survivor. They don't want you surviving up. They don't want to look at you and go, well, he stopped coming around. He stopped hanging around. Now he's doing better than us. They don't like that, God. They don't like that. They want you with them dying, being with them so they don't ever have to feel bad because your success would highlight their failure. So they don't want you. They don't want to say, well, yeah, he stopped coming around. He don't get high anymore. What happened to him? Oh, man, he this and that and everything else. He's officer of 5,000 now. He's on a clip of video with 2 million hits. That's who he is after he left us. They don't want that. So they have to steal it from you to get you to come back to them so that you'll never succeed, so they never feel like they're failures. So what do? You bind it up with thorns so no one can touch it. Keep going.
And bind up thy silver and gold.
And bind up your silver and gold. What's your silver and gold? The truth. This is your treasure, the precious thing to you that everyone is trying to take every day. If you're some brother, some woman out there you're in love with in the world, she wants to steal it from you. She's hoping she can do it because Lord knows you have to do everything you need to do to please her. You must do it. You have to. Sometimes your children are trying to steal it from you. Your kids. Why? Because your kids want Christmas and daddy, my stepdaddy said he would buy me a bike. Daddy, my other daddy said he would get me a Christmas gift. My other daddy bought me a birthday gift, Daddy. My other daddy, does he love me more than you, Daddy? My other daddy? Listen, bitch. That's your only daddy now. Goodbye. Hey, what's up, bro? Come get your daughter. And bring a gift. Bring a bike. Let her ride home on that fucking bike you got. I'm not giving it up. Just so you understand. I'll give up a child, but not the truth. I'll give up a woman, but not the truth. I'm not giving. So any child should know that. The kids got to know, well, daddy ain't giving up that. So all we can do is join him because there is no taking him out of it. That's the point of this. Bind up your gold up, bind up your silver, protect it, guard it. Keep going.
Verse 25, and weigh thy words in a balance.
Weigh your words in a balance. So when I go to talk, I'm being careful about my speech. I'm weighing them in a balance. A balance is a scale. So I'm being careful with my words. Keep going.
Okay. And make a door and bar for thy mouth.
And I'm making a door and a bar for my mouth. Why? Because I'm never saying anything that could mean I'm willing to give up my treasure. I'm watching my mouth. I'm making sure that no one ever thinks, I might fall. I might be weak enough to give it up for my daughter or my son or my woman or some job or anything. I watch my words. I'm being careful. I'm not prey for some predator. And I make sure that they know that. Keep going.
Verse 26, beware thou slide not by it, lest thou fall before him that lieth in wait.
I think I just broke that down. Beware that you slide not by it, or else you'll fall before him that is lying in wait. Lying in wait is like someone in the bushes waiting to jump out and rob you. You'll fall because of him, because you're not being careful of. That's how important the truth is. They want to steal it from you. They're trying. The minute you find the truth out, the minute you come into the truth, there is someone and you will meet them. Jesus Christ talked about them when he said, the minute someone hears the truth and they love it, then cometh that wicked one to snatch out which was sown in his heart. There's always somebody trying to make you not believe in the truth. Why? Because I guess this world just doesn't have enough drug addicts. I guess this world just doesn't have enough homos. I guess there's just not enough sinners in this world. You can't let me go. You can't just let me not be like you, mom, grandmom, brother, father, sister, friends. Everyone else is sinning. I'm the only one that's not. Why am I such a big deal? Why don't you just let me slip away? Just let me do it. But they can't. They can't, because they can't have any success at all outside of the death that they're in, because then that means that they're wrong. Keep going.
That was it.
Everybody gets it. Anything else?
Officer Hazahab says, does Isaiah 11:6 mean the same thing where people from different backgrounds are together in the truth?
Let's hear it. I still never had that one about he that is free is bound, he that is bound is free. You got that? I'll get that next then. Go ahead. Read Hazahab's question.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 6. The wolf shall dwell with the lamb.
Yeah.
And the leopard shall lay down with the kid.
That's it. That's an exact precept to the one we read earlier. Right. The truth is that place where the leopard or the lion lays down with the lamb. The people that were the drug dealers are coming together with the drug addicts in here. The people that were robbed are coming together with the thief in here. The people that were the villains are coming together with the victims in here. And we're putting that to the side, and we're now putting on Jesus Christ. So now the person that was so weak that they would be robbed, that they would be stolen from, now they're being pushed into manhood. Now they're aggressive. There are brothers in this school also that in the world, they were pushovers. There were people that everyone picked on, everyone laughed at, everyone thought was a joke in high school. They were bullied in high school. They are not bullied anymore. Oh, in here, they become animals in here. Your friends will see you from high school later on. They won't recognize you. They'll say, God damn, I used to bully you in high school. Try it now. Yeah, they won't. And then there's the bully from high school. It victimized people all because his father was doing it to him. Or more than likely, his mother was his first bully. There's tons of people like that where your mother is your bully. You go to school trying to regain your manhood by beating up people and hurting people in school. Now you come in here and you're a hero to the weak. Now you protect people in here. The lion shall lay down with the lamb. That's what this precept is about. All right. Go ahead, Kazak, read that one you have.
Come on, sir. 1 Corinthians chapter 12.
Microphone, please.
What? Verse 20. For as the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many.
So
one
a body has many members. Your members are like your digits, your fingers, and your toes, and your feet, and your eyes, and your ears. A body has many different members. Keep going.
So also is Christ.
The body of Christ is the same way. Keep going.
For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body.
You see, this is not speaking about race relations with white people and black people.
Right.
That's not the point of this. The point of this is brothers and sisters in the truth coming together.
That's right.
Not white people coming together with their slaves,
right,
which they never come together with.
That's right.
Keep going.
Whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit.
Now, this is the same one, but I want even a different one. This is a precept for it. He that is free is bond. That phrase specifically. Is that coming there?
Should have been right.
He that is free is bond. He that is bond is free. If you don't have it for time's sake, I can get it. You can get it on your own, but that's the precept you need. All right. He that is free is bond. He that is bond is free. Ephraim.
Is it Galatians 3:28?
Let me hear it.
It says there is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free.
It's something else. This is the one he read earlier. Colossians sounds better. Go ahead.
3:11. Colossians 3:11. Where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor circumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond nor free.
That's not it. That's all of these are precepts. This one, I'm probably giving it to you wrong. It's the one that it says, he that is free in Christ is a servant. He that is free in Christ is a servant in the truth. He that is bond in Christ is free. That's the one I'm looking for. All right. I might need to find it for you, but let me get the questions while I'll look as well. Go ahead. Up front, the brother with the questions, please.
Please. Right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 21. Phone want to freeze now, so it's not.
That sounds right.
Art thou called being a servant?
This is the one. My apologies. Tell them where you are.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 21. Art thou called being a servant?
So when it says, are you called, meaning were you called to come into the truth, being a servant? Right. Meaning you were not rich. You were some brother that had to serve someone to make money.
Right.
Keep going.
Care not for it.
Don't care about the fact that you were called into the truth, being a working man.
Right.
Commanding General Yahanna stands with the working man. Right. He's with you. All right. Brakathai Hawaii was shy. Don't care. Don't let that make you think that that you're not better or you're somehow less than other people. Were you called being a servant? Go ahead.
Care not for it.
Don't care about that. Go ahead.
But if thou mayest be made free.
But if you may be made free, meaning you'll come into the truth and you're going to be free in here.
That's right.
Although there's some man, you got to follow all his orders every day and listen to him and pick up trash cans when he tells you to. That same brother is going to come in here and be called sir in here. He's going to be called sir in this school, and he's in charge in here. That same servant in the world is free in the truth. Keep going.
But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather.
Keep going.
For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's free man.
That's what I just broke down. Go ahead.
Likewise, also he that is called being free.
So let's say you were called in the truth and you are not a servant. You're rich. You have money. Where are all the rich Negroes from out here? Northwest. Good enough. Oh, brother, what are you, a congressman's aide?
Right.
What are you, you got some big wig job out in D.C.? No problem. Come on in here too.
Right.
That's all. You're free in the world. You don't have to obey anybody. You're independently wealthy. Well, you come in here too. Keep going.
Likewise, also he that is called being free is Christ's servant.
You're going to come in here and be a slave in here. That's all. So you're big and rich on Capitol Hill, and you find the truth. Come on in here, and you're going to call someone sir.
That's right.
In here. You're going to obey in here. You're going to be the servant of Christ in here. Out there, they're calling you congressman. Out there they're calling you some, aide to some senator.
Right.
In here, you are a trooper, and you're going to dump the trash. You see that's how we all come together. That's how we unify in here. That's the point, not whatever Christians are trying to do with these precepts. Come on.
It's like, so could you pair that with the lion and the lamb? Like those rich
That's
are
the point.
predators to the
That's those rich are the predators to the poor. Well said. Being dicho. Well said. That's absolutely correct. All of these are precepts. Absolutely. All right, go ahead. Anything else?
Young man Zolan says, if men and women are equal in the truth and are co-heirs to the throne, why can't women read and be ministered?
Well, what's his name again? Say again? Young man Owen?
Zolan, sir.
Zolan, young man Zolan. No one is equal at all. We're not clones, young man. What in the hell is equal? There's nothing equal. Raise your hand if you got 5 brothers or 3 brothers. Any brothers at all? You got a lot of brothers?
5.
You got 5 brothers. Ain't that something? Who's the oldest?
Second. One older.
All right. Are y'all equal?
No.
Growing up, who was in charge? Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works, right? There's just no such thing as equality. Equality is a slave's dream. It does not exist in nature. You give me a damn clutch of hens. One of them is pecking the piss out of the other one. They call it a pecking order. Do you understand? Because one of those chicks is going to peck the piss out of the lowest one. In any wolf pack, you'll have the alpha male. And then you'll have the beta. You'll have the one that is not in. Where is equality at? I know you slaves are looking for it because it's in the Constitution, right? But of course, those men that wrote that had slaves, right? So equality is a slave's dream. Because you're just hoping one day people will just treat you just like they treat someone else. Is there equality among white people? There is not. There is not equality among white people because you have stupid, ignorant white people who hate blacks and Latinos thinking that we're the reason that they don't have money. When really it's some rich white man that is never going to pay them money and is using us as an excuse. Poor white people are victims to rich white people. And they hate us because rich white men tell them that we're the reason they can't get a job. We're the reason that they can't get hired. Rich white men have been doing this before Mexicans ever got here. Before slaves were ever here, they oppressed you because you were Catholic or Protestant or you were from this country or that country. You know how many people died over religion when they were all were white? They died because they were Protestants or they were Catholics or they were the Church of England, and they slaughtered them by the thousands. There is no such thing as equality. In a family, there's the eldest son, there's the eldest daughter. Equality is a slave's dream, and it doesn't exist. All right. What the Bible says, the Bible does not say that men and women are equal. The Bible says that we are co-heirs to the kingdom of heaven. That is not equality, because equality for women would mean this. Sisters, we're on a sinking ship. You know where I'm going. We're on a sinking ship. It's going down. Would you like it to be women and children first, or would you like it to be equality? I think you're right. These are wise women. Yeah, I think about right? It's about right. Have that equality fight with me when the ship is sinking. When it's going down, because I will go, nah, bitch. We are equal. Thank you. And then Commander General Yahanna grabs me by the neck, pulls me off of the lifeboat, and then I'm standing there. Then I drown. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't help women to be equal with women, because being equal with women means they drown on the Titanic. That's what that would mean. They die in Iran. They die overseas because we're equals. So that means, I know you don't believe in this. Never put your hands on a woman. That is not equal. Equal means I can knock your teeth out of your head like I would any of theirs. That's what that would mean, right? Equality doesn't help women because women are not equal. They're precious. children are not equal. Donald Trump wants to put children in factories and take away child labor laws so he can work your children like they used to in England. What kind of children? White children in England were worked and working at 10 years old in those coal factories, and they were 10 and 12 years old, and they were white. You understand? They were dying from working in some coal mine. Yeah, the white man doesn't care about children. Treating children equal means they're not precious. The women not being equal is because they're precious to men. They're important to us, and because of that, we'll never treat them like they're equals. Never. Everyone understands, right? So, but what are we? We are co-heirs to the kingdom of heaven. This kingdom that these men are dying for, women get that kingdom as well. Women are going to be in the kingdom with us. They're not going to be slaves in the kingdom of heaven. They're not going to be second-class citizens. They're not going to be beat to death because they're women. So many people think you can beat a woman because she's a woman. You think you can hurt her and beat her or disgrace her and treat her like garbage. Why? Because she's not a man. That woman is getting the kingdom. She's getting the kingdom too. And she's working towards the kingdom just like you. She's doing the same thing. Her job is different. Her job is not the same, just like a child's job is not the same. Every child has a job, but children aren't equal. What's the job of a child? Going to washing dishes, that's a good one. What I would prefer is them to go to school and get straight A's. You have a child in your house. That child's job is to go get straight A's in school. That's their job. What else are they doing? They're not going to work every day. They're not slaving. You bringing D's in here and F's in here. This is your only job. Your only job is to go out and find a way for the future to be funded. So you're going to get straight A's in school, sister.
School is woke.
Say it again.
Technically, school is woke for children.
Are you 37 years old? Because you are correct. And that's exactly what it is. But it sounded like a grown woman. How old are you?
8.
Say what?
8.
8 years old. Who are your parents? Oh, I should have known. This is one of Mashak's over here. God damn, Mashak. There's a damn doctor or something sitting right there. Lord, that's the chief of medicine at Mount Sinai University. Good Lord. Yes, Florida, sis. Yes, school is the job. Everyone has a job in the family. Everyone has to go out and make this family survive. And the jobs are different, but everyone is doing the thing that they can do for the survival of the family. That child washes the dishes, takes out the trash, and gets straight A's in school so that we can have a future. Right, but her job is not equal to her father's or her mother's. It's different. It is not less than, but it's different. And that so is the relationship between men and women. We're not equals with women because women are precious to men. We're not equals with children because children are precious to mothers and fathers, but we absolutely will share the kingdom of heaven together. Everyone understands. All right, go ahead. Please, Mashak.
Some sort of Mike named Sakari. He thought his woman was equal to him.
Give him a hand. He told the truth on Sakari. Yes, he did. He said, well, baby, I can't be the only one with a penis. He thought they was the co-heirs of a penis. Together. He thought, well, baby, since I go into you, I might as well, fair is fair. I might as well let you go ahead into me. Listen, that's incorrect. And you're doing your wife no favors. Like, imagine that poor girl, like, oh, Lord. There's that poor woman. I think about her like, you sure? You want me? Oh, shit. All right, Sakari. Oh, have mercy. I got you. All right, Gorilla. All right, Gorilla. You say I gotta obey you. God, man. This is yeah. That's nothing for a woman. You're not helping her with that type of behavior. All right. Anything else?
Real Jake says, Shalom, General. How long will we live in the kingdom? Will we have long lives like Noah and our forefathers?
Yes, we're going to have long lives like Noah and our forefathers in the kingdom of heaven. You won't have, eternal life, forever and never die, because if you didn't die, then your children couldn't take over. But you're going to have long life, brother. Imagine life with no sickness, no illness, no acid rain, no cancer, no diabetes, no poisons in the food. My God, how long would you live? Read the Bible. A long time. That's for damn sure. So that's correct. Go ahead.
Looking for another question. I believe that's all, sir.
Good to go. Mashak, where we at? Okay. We're doing something after this, right? Okay, just let me know. Any questions in the room? Good to go here. Up front, go ahead.
It's from Malakma. It says, like General, if I may get the school's official stance to Cesar Chavez and the allegations that surface against him.
Yeah, I'll ask Commander General Yahanna about that. Now they're saying that Cesar Chavez, am I pronouncing that correctly? Cesar Chavez? Cesar Chavez was a pedophile, and so now then they're going to cancel all of the celebrations that they had to honor him. I don't trust that, because that is very coincidental that now Donald Trump is in the White House and they hate the chosen people of God, the Mexicans. And now, of course, Cesar Chavez is a pedophile. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is absolutely a pedophile, and they are celebrating him. He's getting celebrated. So what I would recommend is for some brother or sister to go look into that, or I'm sorry, a brother to look into that and to see if it's true. Because I do not trust that now that Donald Trump is in the White House and Donald Trump hates all Mexicans, that he would find some way to stop any memory of Cesar Chavez, who was a brother trying to do something to help the slaves in America who were slaving in that field, getting paid virtually nothing, and trying his best to improve their lives in some way. Now, and I damn sure don't believe that they would not celebrate him if he was a pedophile, because America loves pedophiles. So I don't even believe that, oh, Cesar Chavez is a pedophile, we can't worship him. We can't love bullshit. You don't care about who's a pedophile. Okay, so you brothers go research that. It just came out today. I do not trust it. But you can go find it out and go look into it. All right. He is, of course, dead, and whatever he did is gone. And Donald Trump is alive and is a pedophile, is on the Epstein list. And it came out that Donald Trump raped a 13-year-old girl. It's all over the goddamn internet. It's in the Epstein files. And then he invaded Iran the next day. All right, next. I'm sorry. Now your clock, please. Here we go. Right now, Cesar Chavez, we can't talk about him because he's a pedophile. Meanwhile, Martin Luther King had sex with anything that wasn't nailed to the ground. Anything. Yeah, they don't care about things like that. So I know if it was true, they wouldn't care. The fact that they care makes me think it's a lie. Right. You understand? So, but go look into it, all right? He's dead, so you can't go out and you can't hurt him. Or you can't put him in jail. You could put Donald Trump in jail, though. Right? But you can look into it, all right? Anything else?
From Samora Sound says, Slaki, I have a question. Mm-hmm. Can sisters who are on their flower come into the school after class is over?
After class is over, no. You could not come into the school because you make the school unclean. Because we have to operate the school every day. You couldn't come into the school after the school is closed, because but within the time when what's the time that a place is unclean? Is it 7 days or I think it's 7 days. You can look it up. It's some amount of time since that the building is unclean since you've been in there. And because the school is operating constantly, you would make the school unclean. If you're on your flower, this is what you do. You do the same thing brothers do. When they have had sex with a woman, they stay outside. Y'all do that in DC? Where do they stay? Out the door? Where you be at all the time? Kazak right out here? Where's Kazak's seat? Barack, where you see that, right? They got a chair for you right outside, huh? Right in front row. Usually, traditionally, you come into class, you see some brothers sitting outside the door, you know they're getting some. All right. So you gotta stay out. Now they're clean at the sundown. So whatever the time is that you're unclean, that you're clean, the school would be clean at that time. You got to find it in Leviticus. But in general, to my memory, it's like 7 days, so you can't come in. But you got to go research it because I can't remember. All right, but the place would be unclean. Just think of it like the COVID-19. You know, you want to be, you know, the place is dirty because somebody might catch what you got. You might not have anything, but you might. So we got to take some precautions, or else the Black Plague comes back. Like the Black Plague is back in America right now. All right. Anything else?
This is from Nashak. It says, Shalom, Lord in Christ, General. If I could, sir. If a sister is on a flower during Passover, is she allowed to attend any of the events besides Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread?
Okay, she's absolutely not allowed to attend the Passover. She's not allowed to attend any of the events, but she'd have to do a delicate dance to attend them. Now, I'll try to explain it. Okay, let's say you're unclean at the feast of at the slaughter of the lamb. That's the first one, right? Now remember, the unclean is about people. So all the people are here killing lambs, eating food, and having fun. There'll be some sister over there at that tree over there, staying away from people. She's unclean. You get my point? She's keeping her distance from people. It's outside. She's over there. If you come try to hug her, she'll just say, I can't, Salakia. And you'll know it. You'll damn near know it because they're over there, congregating over there, away from everyone else. She's keeping her distance, like COVID-19, like the 6 feet thing. She's staying away. So usually over time, brothers start to say, oh, the sister's over there hanging out over there. Hey, Shalom, sis, you know what's going on. You know that they're hanging out over there because they're unclean. If you don't, you'll walk over to them and they'll say Salakia. Just like if a brother has had seed come out of him, when you go to salute him, he'll say, Salakia, I'm unclean. Right? With a woman, we're a lot more delicate. So usually we won't cause her to have to say she's unclean. We'll just notice it and she'll say Salakia and we'll just say, okay, because she's a woman. Right? So you kind of want to stay away. So you can come to the slaughter of the lamb, but you can't be around the people. You can't come up and mix all in with the people because that you will be breaking quarantine. Give me some, what's the other event? So think about that. You got to do that at every event. Now, is there a way to do that at some Passovers? Yes. There's a way to kind of, we're outside. Maybe she's over there by the trailer. Who the hell knows? She's away. Or she's at her hotel room or something, but she's away keeping a quarantine distance. She'd have to do that if she comes down to the Passover. She'd have to keep a quarantine type distance from everyone, and everyone usually understands. You wouldn't be the first one to do it. The school's been around since 1969. Everyone will know that those sisters over there not coming around in that chair. They'll know what's going on. They'll salute you and leave you alone. Maybe all the sisters who are unclean will just start hanging out over there by that tree over there and hanging out over there by that trailer. They'll start doing it because they're unclean. They'll keep their distance. And the brothers who have had seed come out of them, they're staying over there. They're keeping away. All right. So just think, okay, don't be religious about it. Just think distance. That's the point. The unclean means distance. If you're clean, no distance. Hugging and pounds and loving each other, no distance. We're not under quarantine. If you're unclean, quarantine distance. Good to go? All right. Anything else?
There's a sister, Tharapah Banyashka, Salaki Apa. Toda Amila died due to my current health condition. I was wondering, how can I honor my Passover pilgrimage?
Okay, if this sister, with all of her health problems, that's what she just said. With all of her health problems, how can she honor her Passover at home? Because she's unable to attend because she has health problems. This is what you want to do. You want to contact your husband and your camp leader, and they will figure out how you can do it at home because you have a justifiable reason for not being there. There are some people that have a justifiable reason. If you have a grave health illness like this sister does. She has a extremely serious health problem, and she has permission to not come to the Passover. You don't. You don't have permission. She got permission from Commanding General Yahanna, this sister right here. So what do you do? Let me give you another example. There's people like in the school, they might be somewhere far away. They can't get there, and they have permission. Your camp leader will tell you how to eat the lamb, how to go get some lamb, eat the lamb, get the unleavened bread, and to watch it online with us, to be with us. So now, because of social media and because of the computer, you'll be with us. The brothers in the UK sometimes do this, Mashak, right? Kabal? We're going to broadcast online. You're going to watch it and be eating the bread with us. You'll get some lamb and you'll cook the lamb with the bitter herb, the onion, and the garlic. You'll make your own lamb and you'll eat it with us, and we'll be broadcasting. This is for the few people that have permission because they have a legitimate reason for not being there. The Bible also makes an allowance for that. The Bible knows that there's sometimes you cannot be there. This sister, she has permission. Other people might have gotten permission from the general over their zone. Please.
Make sure that you talk to the general or the camp leader and the captain or what have you, and that you don't be found lacking because you didn't show up and you didn't get permission not to show up.
That's what you better do. You don't want anybody to think you lost your faith, right? Don't lose the faith, man. That has happened over the years where I found out some group of idiots. I think this was last year, 2 years ago. I found out a group of idiots went and had the Passover by themselves at their house, thinking that was the same thing. I would have kicked all of them out of the school if not for Commander General Yahanna. All of them. I think it was about 4 or 5 of them. I wanted to kick them out the school, but I'm not in charge. What you should do is you should make sure that someone does not think that you are disloyal or you are breaking your faith, because I'm going to push you into a fake Israelite group to the best of my ability. I'm going to make sure that I create a new enemy because I'm bored. I've already destroyed the purple pigs, destroyed the Sakari, destroyed the red and whites, and I would love for someone to be next. So just understand that, please.
Like I may, sir, that's the whole reason why we take the bread out of our house so nobody think that we being disloyal.
He telling the truth and give him a hand because he told the truth right there. That's why. That's why. That's why it's not even in your home, because you don't want someone to think you're being disloyal. Correct. So that's how you do it, sister. You talk to your husband and the camp leader; they'll set you up perfectly, and you'll be fine. All right. Go ahead.
From Israelite I.S.U.P.K. It says, "Explain with your grace, sir, Revelations 22:2, which bear 12 manner of fruits and yielded her fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree."
I will. Let me first also thank that sister for speaking Spanish to me, which I want. I want to be spoken to in Spanish at all times if necessary. All right, because I need the practice. Everyone understands why. Because, let me hold up 1 second. Because amo todos los Latinos, because I love them all, and I want them to know I love them. All right, so I want to speak to them. All right, I want to talk to them in Spanish. So I need practice. All right, that's the only way I can, of course, perfect it. All right, good to go. Go ahead. Come on. Say it one more time. Que quiero, I want. Say it again.
Que quiero que sepan que yo los amo.
Que quiero, I want. Sepan.
Que los amo.
Sepan means I want.
I want you to know.
Que quiero.
Que sepan.
Que sepan.
Que los amo.
De los amos. Que quiero que sepan los amos.
Que los amo. Yes.
Que quiero que sepan de los amos.
Que los amo.
Que quiero.
Que los amo.
Say it to me again. Que quiero.
Quiero que sepan que los amo.
Quiero, you saying it a little too fast for me.
It's like it. Quiero
que
sepan.
Say it again.
Quiero
que
sepan los amos.
Los amos. Because I want them to know I love them.
Yes.
Yes. All right. The water. All right. The water. All right. Next.
Revelation 22:2.
The book of Revelations.
Because you sent me a text.
Yeah, earlier, sir.
Okay, we good to go?
Yeah, we 2 hours.
So go ahead.
Book of Revelations 22, verse 2.
Mhm.
In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, was there the tree of life.
Right, the tree of life that most Christians have heard about, that they think is an actual tree with apples on it, and the Garden of Eden is a constellation. It's in the stars. You look up to it in the stars, and it has 12 manner of fruit, and it gives its fruit each month. That's the stars in the heaven. The constellations change with every month, right? Which is where the worship of astrological signs come from, because February has a constellation and March has a constellation. It changes every month. These were the trees that Adam was reading. Adam was reading the communication that was done in the stars. And because he could read it, he realized that someone was communicating back with him. That's how he knew that God existed. At that time, people worshiped the stars. The family of Abraham, his family looked at the stars as the stars are the gods. They worshiped the stars themselves. But Adam, the forefather of Abraham, knew that the stars were not gods, but God was using the stars to communicate with man. And that's why Abraham began to understand that his father was wrong. His family was wrong, and he left his family to go get the inheritance of his forefather, Adam. Because his father, the Chaldeans, which is where Abraham came from, they worshiped the stars. Abraham knew that Adam did not worship the stars. Adam knew that God was communicating through the stars. All right. So what you're reading about with this tree is the constellations in the skies at night. They change every month. The stars change. The stars move around. And the Most High God talked to Adam through the stars. Keep going. Was that it?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
Which bear 12 manner of fruits, and yield her fruit every month.
Mm-hmm.
And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations.
And the leaves of the tree, the dressing of this tree, were to heal the nation. Meaning, Cabal?
It's like where real science comes from. I mean, he was able to order the earth.
That's real science.
Based on those things that he saw. He knew when to plant the crops.
Forget about it.
He knew when to do certain things as opposed to what everybody else was doing or what have you.
Yeah.
He was actually,
That's real science. What General Cabal is saying is correct. Meaning the Bible says that they worship science falsely called. There's science that's not science. This is real science. Where you can judge by those constellations when you should plant your crops, how you should move and migrate, and how you should move your family around the world, go to where there's going to be better weather based on the constellations, how your animals should feed at this time, how your animals should be able to have sex at this time so their babies could be born in the spring. And you'll judge that by the constellations. It's for the healing of the nations. If you could read this communication, your people could be alive and not sick and dying and starving. General Cabal.
Absolutely. How he gonna draw an invisible line on the land, and he care about the whales and the endangered this and endangered that, when people, they got it in their blood to go back and forth just like their ancestors have been doing for years on their land. So how you gonna tell them they can't come over here? It's in their blood.
He oppresses even just common sense. He oppresses everything. Correct. Is there anything else, brother?
No, sir. That was it.
Good to go. Anything else? Come on. You good to go here? Go ahead.
Just a breakdown of these two verses, please, sir. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verses 9 through 10. If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. Before the thunder goeth lightning, and before a shamefaced man shall go favor.
Truendo y illuminación. Thunder and lightning. This is trying to teach young men how to not have a fresh mouth, which is what you have got to learn when you're young in the truth. Brothers in the truth, they bear not the sword in vain. You want to be careful when you come into the school. That's something that you learn as you're young in the truth. When you're young in the truth, you kind of come from an environment that, how can I describe it? It kind of gives a damn about you. This is a place that doesn't give a damn about you. So you don't want to come young into the truth, knowing something, trying to expound and teach someone, because you're going to get a very rude awakening in it. So now I'll explain it. Read one verse above.
Sir. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 8. Let thy speech be short.
Read that again.
Let thy speech be short.
That's good for you troopers and officers up in here. You come in here, learn to shut your mouth. Learn to not come in here and teach because you have an internet, because you dare to have the internet. So now you know something. Then before you know, you get embarrassed in class because you don't know anything, but you think you know something because so many of you have been in fake Israelite groups. You learned online. You think you know a thing and you try to battle us, and we're going to embarrass you in a terrible, terrible way. So what should you do first? Read that again.
Khan, let thy speech be short.
Don't talk so much. Watch your mouth. Watch that fresh mouth that you have that sometimes you get with me. And I don't have any patience for some kid with a fresh mouth that wouldn't survive without my mercy. I don't even have patience for it at all because I'm not a good person. Everybody gets that. Let your speech be short. You want to ask a question, ask it. Don't expound. Don't teach. Don't say, well, in the theologian of the theological, of the this and the that and the this out of the Catholic Bible, you don't want to go there. You want to be careful with that because it's hubris. What is hubris? Hubris is like arrogance to on another level, arrogance to the worshiping of yourself. Because for the thought of you, do you see how we're dressed in here? This is what always blows my mind. You see how I look crazy, right? You see how I'm dressed. You see the shit we got on? You see all this out in the street, all this FBI list and all of this. Do you think that we have not been asked this question before? That always blows my mind. I'm dressed crazy, aren't I? You don't look at me and see that I'm into something crazy. Right. I'm in a cult. Right. Right. You understand? Right. I am in a cult. I am a cult leader. Do you think that I have done this and I've never heard about John 3:16? This is my first time. You're blowing my mind with this. I've never heard of abhor not an Edomite. Don't you see I'm dressed like a lunatic right now? Who do you think would do this and have not heard of abhor not an Edomite, God so loved the world, the Gentiles God loves? Damn it, you're dressed normal. I'm dressed like a cult leader. Doesn't that just tell you that I'm into this? I'm all the way into this. So why do you think that you can ask me a question that I've never heard of? And it's hubris to think, I got one for you, sir. I got one. You probably never heard of this. But it said God so loved the world. Aha. Aha. I'll give you a minute to digest that. You don't see I'm in a cult here. You can't look at me with all this shit on. Okay. I've heard of that. Okay. So watch your mouth.
That's right.
Okay. Assume that we're kind of into this, right? Because we done did all this and we dressed up like this and we all crazy and nutty like we are. Assume that we kind of have heard this before. We on the street all the time battling random people. You go set up a debate. You set up a debate. We debate whoever steps up. We don't plan. We just stand out on the sidewalk and challenge everybody. Right. You go prepare and study for a debate. We stand on the middle of the street and challenge everyone, and we are not prepared. That's right. We don't know who he is. Right. We're kind of ready for this, right? Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Continue.
Comprehending much in few words.
Yeah, you want to understand a lot, and you're not talking a lot. You're listening and not talking. You're understanding and not talking. Keep going.
Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue.
You're going to be as somebody that knows because you know everything, right? But you don't talk about it. You shut your mouth and you listen. You comprehend. Keep going.
If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them.
If you're among great men, don't act like you're the same as them. You're not. These men that are officers of 5,000s and captains and generals, they are your betters. They're better than you. That is clearly obvious. They're better than you. You are less than them. That's how it works. We're not equals. You think you're equal to an officer of 5,000? You are not. You are not equal to a captain or a general. They are your betters. They're better than you are. That's how it works. Remember that. Don't act like you're equal. Don't act like you're the same as them, because you're going to be shown that you're not. Keep going.
And when ancient men are in place.
Ancient men mean, oh, they've been around a long time. These brothers down in D.C., woof, they've been around. General Kabbalah, how long you been around? Good Lord.
20 plus?
It's probably 25, 26 years, General Kabbalah. Yeah. General Kabbalah is a real cult leader.
That's right.
A real cult leader. For real. Yeah, what the fuck are you? What are you? You found out Jesus was black? You should shut up. You should be quiet. Captain Mashak, Captain I.S.U.P.K, these are real cult leaders.
Right.
For real. Like that thing that you are afraid to be, they're that. That thing that you're really scared to be. You're afraid you're gonna lose your job. You're scared. You join us, you're scared.
Right.
You're terrified of someone knowing you're in here. Now remember that. Now think about Captain Mashak, Captain I.S.U.P.K, General Kabal, Captain I.S.U.P.K. These are real cult leaders. Now remember, you are struggling with people finding out you're in the truth. You don't really want them to know you're in here. You're worried if they find out I'm in here. What if they found out I'm one of y'all? What if they understand? What if they go look it up on the internet? You're scared of that. Right. Meanwhile, what is I.S.U.P.K? A cult leader. Right. You better remember that when you go to talk. All right, go ahead.
And when ancient men are in place, use not many words.
Keep going.
Before the thunder goeth lightning.
Before the thunder goes lightning. Before the thunder. Meaning what happens before the thunder, which is what? General Kabal brought it up earlier. That is real science for real. Right. And how did they know that thousands of years ago? You know how many thousands of years ago that was written out? I think Benjamin Franklin, is that the one?
Yeah.
I think he the one that told white people about that in the 1700s. That before the thunder, before you hear thunder, the lightning comes. I think Benjamin Franklin is the one that told white people about that in the 1700s. That's written. My God. How many years ago before the 1700s is that written, Kabal? We already knew that. You see, you might look at thunder and you think, you might think that the thunder comes first or whatever. It doesn't. Before the thunder, the lightning is first. Then it's the thunder. First it's the lightning, then it's the thunder. First it's the illuminación, then it's the what's the thunder? El treno. That's how it happens. What is that letting you know? First you're going to see this, then you're going to hear that. Watch your mouth. That's the point. Keep going.
And before a shamefaced man shall go favor.
Yeah, and before a shamefaced man. So now you'll see, you'll be some brother in the truth, as opposed to you coming in talking about all that you learned on the internet, as if we don't have the internet, as if you're the only person with goddamn internet access. Right. Instead, you're shamefaced. You're humble. You're here to learn. Before you know it, everyone will say that brother has a good spirit. That's a good young brother coming up. He's coming up right. That brother comes to class. He's listening. He's paying attention. That's a good brother. And you've said nothing amazing. You've said nothing to blow anybody's mind or to make anybody think that you're so intelligent. It's just that you clearly are here and humbly sitting in front of men who are better than you. And that will make those men go, that brother has potential. That's the point of this precept. Good to go? You'll never impress anybody in the truth of what you know, because you don't know anything. You just are stupid. And if you could recognize that, then you might impress someone. Right? Good to go. Anything else? We good here? Mashak, what are we doing?
If I could, sir,
Mhm.
being that you don't hear into water to you coming.
Most High in Christ.
I would like to recognize and to raise up a couple brothers tonight. So
Please, please get it on.
So like watching get the
So you want the three brothers to be up here, and I'll just you want me to view it?
it's up to you. So if you want to,
Well, I probably would allow the honor the three brothers who know these brothers to raise them up, but I'll be here. Okay, throughout. No sweat.
if you don't mind, sir.
Please,
Don't do too much work.
please.
You know, first off, again, to water to the general for coming down and tonight. So time is good because these brothers and sisters who come into the DC school, you're very much appreciated, and you know, it's definitely a hard work in any Israelite school or UPK anywhere in the world. And the fact that you'll make the 90 days, it's a very encouraging to everybody.
I think you're quite on camera, Mashak. Make sure.
Oh,
try to get Mashak on camera if you could, all right?
Towards. And for sure tonight, I would like to raise this brother up. He's going to be now. He's being offered the rank of a trooper in the school, of the Israelite school of UPK. Young man. I ain't gonna say your name, but could you step up?
Young man, all right.
Step right in front of this. Right in front of this people. You do. Show him what to do. They not in Shabbat, please. Right, this young man Issachar right here. You let him see.
Yes, sir. Well, you got it. You got the back for it.
This young man Issachar right here. He came. He called the school just before Hanukkah, right? And he said he's interested. He wants to know. But this brother here he had the right spirit for being in here from day one. His background is is everybody's story and then some.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he said to me, he was invited up to Baltimore. We did the Hanukkah in Baltimore, sir. And he came up. I told him bring his family if he could. I didn't think he was going to show. I told Kazak, I was like, boy, I'll bet money he ain't coming. He was there before me, sat,
hardcore.
Really, went and talked to everybody, real cool. And he said something in Baltimore. He said, I know this is the truth. And now I feel like I owe the Lord.
Hardcore.
He said, I feel like I owe the Lord. And this brother here came to class every week since then. He ain't stopped. Came to class every single week, got in his all black along the way in the 90 days. You know what I mean? Showed real growth, calls to the council, checks everything, and always talks about his people. Or his friends would call him, and it's almost like they're calling him for advice as well.
I understand.
And the way he delivers how, the issues that's going on, it's not like a man who is weak, or it's not like a man who is, would run away from whatever problems. Like this brother, he's very strong.
Hardcore.
He showed he was very strong. When he came in here, he would only, I said before, you look at the ground. Now he's up, he's upright. This brother is very strong. And he has the type of strength that brothers and sisters in the world need to see.
That's right.
And need to, be able to access. Like how we have access to you also. Like we need that type of strength. And for sure, from the tribe of Issachar, he's Issachar down to the bone.
Damn
It
right.
would be an amazing thing for brothers and sisters to see and hear him. So tonight, young man, you would no longer be called whatever it is. You would now be called Izan, which means very strong, because you are a very strong. Right, you offer the rank of trooper in Israelite school, and you don't have to accept it. It's a hard road. It's your life, your easy life now. If you think life was hard before, it's going to be ridiculous now. You can't. The Bible says, any man put his hand to the plow, you can't pull it back. Once you enter into this work, you're working for Christ now until he comes back. And it's your responsibility to do the work to bring him back. Is that something you want to take on today, bro? Most High in Christ, bro. Most High in Christ. So you want to? I said right it after. You can pour the oil on the side. So
I think maybe you want to put it up there, Ash? Okay.
Okay,
You don't wait. Got you. Go ahead.
All right, you're going to say the anointing prayers. In the Hebrew. Yabaraki Yahweh.
Yabaraki Yahweh.
Yahashahar Yahweh.
Yes. Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yashar Yahweh.
Yeshar Yahweh.
Panyawa.
Panyawa.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Point to you say your name. Izan.
Izan. Izan.
Izan.
Izan. Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
Bahashem Yahweh Shah.
Tawada Aman.
Tawada Aman.
Congratulations. On your SHALAM. Well done. Good job. You see, got this. Good job. Well done.
Also, if I could, it ain't done. It ain't done. I try to make this as memorable as we could. You know, General Mahayaman is very instrumental in building DC from the orders of Commandant General Yahanna. And he's been down here. We used to be rushing to class early. I tell you all the story. We're trying to get here before General Tatham and General Q get the questions in because you young man, you're trying to get all the wisdom. You know what I mean? So it's always good to have the general back down here. You know what I mean? And for sure, the school is growing with all the work you're doing. Next, brother, Officer Shapataya, please step forward, brother. Officer Shapataya, this officer here, so this brother, his first Passover, he was a young man. This was in Houston. Went down to Houston with some faggot in the woods. Excuse me.
I hear that.
And his brother, he's gay as hell. He heard this brother bad mouthing another brother. Shapat stepped to him. Brother got angry and left Shapat in Houston. Shapat drove down with him. And Shapat had no name, nothing. He brought 2 weeks in the school. And from then I knew his name was he knew how to judge, which is what his name means. He could judge. He understands right from wrong. And without any power or any resources, like he didn't know how he was gonna get back. But he stepped to this brother on like, yo, you know where you at? That type of thing. And this brother here ever since has been growing. He had his mistakes. He did, nothing major, but he grew like a young soldier should. And his work is outstanding. He shows up for class. He's always prepared to teach. So now you're running like Shapat started class with me, good, set up and he rocking. No problems. If for camp, if he had a slave the morning, as soon as he's done, he's driving to camp. Sometimes they keep him late on a Saturday, Baltimore camp an hour to the end. He's like, I'm coming. He don't care if he reached a breakdown. He don't care nothing about that. This brother's work is impressive. It's solid. It's standard. It's a good example to what every young brother coming up should be like. You know what I mean? His work pushed so much. I was like, okay, this is time for him now. This brother here is time for him. And he's DC. He put his spirit into his garments. He make all this stuff himself. He make the headpiece. He does the music. This brother loves the UPK, loves the school, loves the structure it gave him, and loves the correction he gets. He always says, "To water for telling me that I didn't know. I never had nobody to tell me these things." And this brother appreciates this thing. And tonight, brother, I want to honor your work.
That's right.
And for me coming up in DC, to meeting another brother, like all these other brothers who love this as much as I do, I respect that highly.
That's right.
Highly. And so from now on, brother, you're going to be an officer of 1,000 in this place.
On your SHALAM.
You know what I mean? You earned every zero in that rank.
That's right.
Your work is outstanding, brother. You're so reliable. You're so reliable. It's like, call Shapat, he going to be there. Call Shapat, he going to be there. Call Shapat, he going to be there. And it's outstanding, brother. And tonight, definitely want to recognize your cap if you don't mind putting your head in.
Well done.
So that's right. Number 622. Yabaraki Yahweh. Wayashamaraka. Ya'ar Yahweh. Panyawa. Al-Yaka. Wayakanka. Yashar Yahweh. Panyawa. Al-Yaka. Wayashamlaka. Shalom. Yahweh. Bahashem. Yahweh Shah. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Hagun. Shapataya, 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 Shapataya. Bahashim Yahawashi.
Bahashim Yahawashi.
The water man.
The water.
Congratulations.
Come Yashala. Come Yashala.
Congratulations, brother. Well done.
One more, sir.
No,
Please. One more. So, yeah. Who's the back? Shabbat. You will be on side. Yeah. So,
all right.
No, listen. This next brother here,
Road
he's like a brick in the wall. He reminds me of Captain Yagawa in DC, where boy, I'm down there cry when Yagawa left DC.
I hear that.
He's like the brick in the wall. You only miss him when he ain't there.
I
Like
hear
now,
that.
when he ain't there, you're like, oh shit, he ain't there. But Officer Bukwashia, I know we announced it a few weeks ago. I would like to make it official tonight. This brother had his selfless dedication to the work of the Lord. I mean, he found the truth in Canada, sir, and stayed in and drove everywhere and came down to DC to transfer him from slavery, lose the slavery, jam him up, all kind of issues, and he would always rely on the school to solve the stuff with slugs. He'd always rely on the school, call for counsel with every single problem, like it's stuff he don't have to call about. Like he trusts in this thing here. He trusts in it. And sometimes he would admit, I don't understand what you're telling me. I don't even think it's gonna work. You telling me, so I'll do it. Like this brother here, I mean, without him, he's definitely one of the pillars in this next generation that's coming up. And he's another good example for the brothers in the area and outside of it, because he's been working the Passover behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? He on that grill, he doing the bread, and he able to take a emergency order and carry it out. Like something could happen.
Right.
You call him, I'm in the car, so I'm ready. That's where I gotta go. Like he's, amazing dependability and reliability, and he's improved with his excellence. Like he would the technicality stuff of the technical part of the class. He didn't know nothing about that, right? He didn't know nothing about the van. He doing the oil change on the van. He didn't know nothing. He get because I get with him, teach him what to do, and it's like he know what to do. He applies himself. Like again, this is a brother that honors the work, and it's something that I value because I know how I honor this shit. You brothers, you honor this thing, so I just want to make it official today. This brother was raised up to officer of 5,000, I think 2 weeks ago. That's when I officially pour the oil on your head out. This thing seamless.
Well done.
Come here, child.
Well done.
Repeat. They running up and down DC, Maryland, and Virginia. They tearing up shop.
Yeah.
Know that. One more time. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamaraka.
Shamaraka.
Yahweh Yahweh. Panyawa. Alyaka. Wayakanka. Yashar Yahweh. Panyawa. Alyaka. Wayashamlaka. Shalom. Yahweh. Bahashim. Yahweh Shai. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Hagun. Bakwasha. Bahashim Yahawashi. The water Aman.
Well done.
Come Yashala.
Well done. Good job.
Damn right.
Good job. Did it go there?
I have one more, so the sister just going to the car.
Okay, that's right. Congratulations, Art. Well done, brother. Good job, bro. Good job. Congratulations, brother. To what? Congratulations. Congratulations, trooper. Good job. No sign of Christ.
So this is Hebrews, of course, right to left, right, eyes on. In English, eyes on. It means very strong. And this ain't physical. This is he has a very disciplined, control type of strength.
I hear that.
I mean, I listen. It's gonna be hell on these streets when you start talking.
If you want to do this,
Oh, please, we can do it now. You want?
Benny Matthew, Mike Shabbat. Mike Shabbat. Mike. Barack.
Y'all shy burger thumb.
Nadia Matar. Saw, which means to turn. Since you may stand. We'll give a courtesy salute to the sisters. The individual. Mike Shabbat. Mike. Barack. Yeah. Nadia Matar. Class dismissed.
Please. Come on with it.
There's one more, so for sure. You know, at one time, DC was like that wall in the Game of Thrones. There was no sisters up there. There was not. The Mahayaman written Myra King along that was just about it. So we knew there was a here for us. But then as time passed by, more sisters came through. Came through. And this sister, she came through and she made us part of her family.
Cool.
She would always, say what's going on, always willing to help with anything, would fly everywhere. I think if there was a cookout on Mars, she'd be the first. She's there enjoying the Israelite school of UPK, everything it has to offer. She really binded herself to this truth and is very she's very businesslike about the reputation she has and what she has to carry for it. And this sister, she recently suffered a loss. And I think everybody knew that we all lost because she lost.
Oh, cool.
But tonight, I also want to, acknowledge this sister and publicly let her know. I know she knows it, but to show her our appreciation for her, because she always is kind with the brothers, kind with the sisters. I never heard of her, any issue. But we let her know that, her loss is our loss.
I understand.
We are her family, and she let us be her family. And tonight, sis, I just want to present you, Officer Kazak came to me, Sister Kaya Bath came to me with the whole idea. And man, we trying to get DC up to Philadelphia to do the service with her. Not everybody could have made it. But boy, we wait till the right time. That's right. And need no time like now, Sister Yahanna, now please come forward and get this with Kaya Bath, where's the please, Kazak, you can bring it for me. And the card, where's the card? The water. This is a card. I know it might be missing a few signatures. We're gonna put them in right after. It was up and down with getting this year. But let me just keep the pen for you. This year, I wanted to present this to this sister. And to give her, something she could snack on this in the house. Remember everything. And listen, says, you our family. You our blood and our flesh, our spirit. And we all love you in here like we love everyone who comes in here. And the way you come in here and represent anything you go through, we want to be a part of. I don't care if it's young. I will call Yatazar, let us know what's going on. Yatazar, don't bring the ice was what you need. But we absolutely appreciate this, sister, and we want you to take good comfort and let you know that, like this sister would go out with my kids. I mean, she's, absolutely one West, and we appreciate it. And we've lost what you've lost, but we have each other. We thank the Lord your mother gave you to us. That's right. That's right. Right here in DC, you don't want to command your precious daughters. That's right. We for sure appreciate you, sis. We want to present you with this gift for how you are, the person you are. Of course, this is the rib in New York, the brother over Haiti, who's an outstanding brother. So shout him out as well. That's right.
The water you says well done. I'm sorry.
Get all that.
No sweat. The water you up. Well done. Well done. I think the brother